dry. A dream or a song that hits you so hard, filling you up, suddenly gone.
Good evening, everyone. Erin is trying to crack me up, and it's kind of working. Welcome, everybody. This microphone is bound to cause problems again, but let's try and go for it. Welcome to One Shot Revolver. We've got a couple of special guests today. But before we do that, let us do an acknowledgement of country. I begin today by acknowledging the Bunurong and the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation and the Noongar people, traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. Now we have a little video to play from Rainbow Railroad, who we are raising money for today, and then we'll get into it. So let's go to the video.
This is Muhammad. When his parents discovered he was bisexual, they tied him to a tree and whipped him. They then outed him to a family member, who was also a police officer, and had Muhammad arrested, imprisoned, and tortured for 25 days. After his release, Rainbow Railroad helped Muhammad find a safe place to hide, away from his family, before relocating him to Germany, where he's now safe and living freely. Muhammad's story, however, is not an uncommon one. In total, 3,451 LGBTQI+ identified people reached out to Rainbow Railroad in 2020. These requests came in from all corners of the globe. From people with diverse sexual orientations, gender identities or expressions, and sex characteristics. Muhammad's story was representative of a few key trends Rainbow Railroad saw in 2020. One being an uptick in state-sponsored violence and police brutality committed against LGBTQI+ people. Rainbow Railroad saw community organizations raided under false pretenses. And, in some instances, accused of spreading the virus or being generative of it. Reports of family-based violence skyrocketed as lockdown measures trapped many LGBTQI+ people in abusive family environments. 33% of all requests for help reported to Rainbow Railroad in 2020 referenced violence and rejection from family members. And this was just one of 8 other common reasons people reached out to Rainbow Railroad. As the COVID-19 pandemic raged on, and despite increased barriers for travel, Rainbow Railroad was able to relocate 75 people to safety across international borders. Rainbow Railroad also continued to provide support to LGBTQI+ activists around the globe to help create systemic change. Through this all, key investments in monitoring systems were made, which allowed Rainbow Railroad to collect something desperately lacking in understanding the state of global LGBTQI+ persecution: data. Data that is used to understand emerging trends in persecution of LGBTQI+ people worldwide, so that programming can be adapted to meet changing needs. Data that is essential for Rainbow Railroad to continue its mission of finding safety for LGBTQI+ people by whatever means necessary. And all of this couldn't have been possible without you and your ongoing support. To learn more about Rainbow Railroad's activities in 2020 and to get involved, visit our website.
Yes. Now we are entering game mode. Erin's put me off again. Okay. So today we're playing D&D with our special guests. Let's introduce them. First, Evan, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. What's your RPGing experience?
I am a forever DM for a good group of my mates. So playing a bunch of 5e on a semi-regular basis.
Nice.
Is it a homebrew thing, or have you going by adventure path? Or
well, this is the first DM I ever have actually. It's the first campaign I ever started. So I've started off with a source book adventure, and now I'm with own various bits of homebrew rolled in as necessary.
Nice. We can ask which one you started with.
We started with Dragon of Ice by a Peak, and currently rolling through the follow-on adventures of that.
Nice, fantastic. You find it easy?
Fun.
I mean, was GMing is your first experience, like going straight into Dungeon Master and all the power of a god? Did you, was that your first intro into it? And your friend mates were just like, "Hey, you can run it."
I had about half a dozen sessions as a player in a campaign before that one fizzled out, and then they went, "Let's do a new one." And I got tagged as a DM, funnily enough, by someone else here.
Oh man, who would that be?
I have no
Naeran.
idea. So that's been going on for near 3 years now. So,
and our other special guest is a politician, but don't hold that against him. It's Deputy Mayor of Port Phillip. Have I got that right, Tim?
Yep, that's right.
Yep. So, introduce yourself, good sir.
Yeah, sure. So, I'm Tim Baxter. I'm a Greens councillor at the City of Port Phillip and current Deputy Mayor for this year's term. And what else? I play games and I like D&D, and I've been playing in Evan's group for a few years. And prior to that, we were in a relatively short-lived campaign where we had a very experienced DM who then went to Sweden and just left us completely in the lurch. So we had to make our own campaign. So go to Sweden. What are you going to do?
How dare you go to Sweden?
I know. Why does anyone go to Sweden?
Apologies
to any Swedish people. There.
They have secret,
fresh off
secret
the rack.
items. Yeah.
Did anyone else know that there's a restaurant inside of IKEA, like with the whole trolley system and stuff?
What?
Yeah.
There's a restaurant. You can get meatballs, right?
Everyone goes to IKEA?
No, I only just found out about it last week.
I didn't know that, so I'm with you.
Okay, it's
I
not
didn't
just
know
me.
that. Not just you.
Have you been to IKEA?
I have, but there's no IKEA in Tassie, so I feel like coming into Melbourne is like, IKEA itself is just amazing that you don't know that you've got to keep discovering things. Anyway, I'm so sorry.
But yes. On another topic, Erin and I just both found out we were originally from Tasmania.
Yeah, but mortal enemies.
I'm from the north, she's from the south, so now we will have to engage in ritual combat to see who cuts off the other person's second head.
Well, to see which suburb, which state is better.
I hear
is better.
You have to do the ritual combat in the PAX costume.
Oh, yes, definitely.
I hear that all the people from the north keep the left head and all the ones from the south keep the right, and so it's the big argument there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, does it feel like cheerleading to anyone else? Like, hey, Tim, introduce yourself. No way. Introduce yourself. Okay.
Literally, that was running through my head the moment you said introduce yourself. So I'm glad that, I'm not the only one in that boat.
Exactly.
Anyway, D&D, let's go.
Yeah, I know.
D&D, let's go.
Let's jump into the imagination sphere while we.
Do we need to introduce anyone else, or is it just me and Evan?
We're just the normal scumbags.
We're the casual regulars, so we've got dearest Danielle here. Hi, Danielle. And,
hello,
Erin.
Shout out to my homies
in Tasmania. Damien, your shout out to your homies in Tasmania.
Yeah, homies.
Yeah, to the red bum monkeys.
The other homies, yeah.
And
we've got red bum monkeys. Take that. Can't beat that.
Don't they have AIDS right now or something?
Yeah, they have some kind of disease.
Yeah.
And as a reoccurring dungeon master, game master on this, I mean, this is my, what is it, third time? Is it running?
Third, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
3.5 being that I had a double episode in there. So that makes me special.
You were special already, Lachie.
Did
You
we
are very
already
special.
need to tell you that?
Oh, you forgot to introduce your mustache, Lucky.
Oh, sorry. It's here and it's looking dirty.
And it's going to stay.
Well, at least up until November. We got to celebrate that.
I thought you were going to say it's here and it's queer, but
well, I don't want to talk about what happens to closed doors, but it's just the mustache. So, you know.
Your mustaches into other mustaches?
Only the male mustaches. All right, I'm going to jump off that topic before I start making more inappropriate jokes. Let's jump to something that is appropriate to this session. Our current team. I'm going to start you off with a little history of you all. You've been residing in this small town just outside Waterdeep for, let's say a few weeks when you had a raid from a goblin. Village. This collection of goblins came in. You guys pulled up and became the heroes of this small town as you fought off the goblins and sipped them, pack in their bags or blood spilled on the streets, whichever you feel more comfortable with. And currently you're almost like local celebrities. Everyone's, cheering you, buying you drinks, and you're pretty well known. And so you've got a rowdy night, although it looks like there's just you guys in this small tavern that I've got a picture of. It's actually quite full. There's music playing. People are coming over and slap you on the back. Like, I knew you could do it. And, drinks are flowing. You guys basically have an open tab at the moment. But let's look around the table and we'll see who we got here. So Danielle, you want to open us up? Who are we looking at sitting at this table and what are they doing?
All right. I am Ishmael. I'm a Genasi sorcerer. I'm currently playing with a couple of dice. I don't actually play dice. It's like a fidget thing. And drinking possibly too much. You may need to watch out that I don't set anything important on fire later.
That's good. Moving to the right here. Damien, you want to chime in? Who we got sitting at the table and what are they doing?
Sure. I'm playing Radu, the 7-foot-tall Goliath monk with bright blue hair and silver skin. He left his ancestral mountain land at an early age and in search of a quieter life and happened across an ancient monastery run by the famous Shifu Xuanzang, who taught him the ways of discipline and how to focus the mind and body. So at the moment, he is focusing his mind and body.
On drinking or just focusing?
He's kind of in a meditative state.
That's good. That's good. Continuing on, our Deputy Mayor Baxter, you want to chime in? What do we got?
Yeah, how funny would it be if my character was the deputy mayor of Waterdeep?
You've stepped away for a weekend getaway and suddenly started slaughtering goblins. Like, this will help my polls.
Yeah. That's why I play D&D for the escapism. No, so Naeran is my character. He's a young, wide-eyed half-elf, I think, but he's unsure of his background actually. But he's just sitting there with just the biggest grin on his face. He's never really had this kind of attention before, and he occasionally just looks over to one of his companions, Weck, with a big broad grin and a somewhat fawning adoration from time to time.
Oh well, let's jump over to Weck. Evan, you want to chime us in? What's Weck like?
Sure. You've got a turtle with a almost like a constellation of dots on his shell. He's currently working his way through every beverage that this inn has, one by one, and quite enjoying himself.
Please, that's just the spit bucket.
It's still tasty.
Oh, okay. And Danielle, you want to finish yourself?
You mean Erin?
Oh, sorry, Erin. Sorry, yes, I was looking. I've got Zoom open and the chat and the positions are matching. Erin, I was going to ignore you. Let's just skip past Erin and we'll continue with the adventure. No, Erin, hook us up. What do we got?
Well, that sort of works in quite well because she is the sort of person that you want to ignore. You don't really want to acknowledge she's there because she's fucking terrifying. So sitting in a chair, huddled on it, sort of like perched on it, whispering to herself and playing with her matted white hair is this skeletal girl who's got infernal black sort of carving tattoos across her body and in tattered robes. Just sort of occasionally laughing and having a conversation with someone who is quite frankly not there.
Yeah, so your drink server comes over and she hands over this spit bucket and passes out continuous drinks to Ishmael and Nara. How do you pronounce that again? The
Naeran.
Excellent. I'm going to struggle with that all night. And then just kind of eases it, steps back and slides over the drink in front of Eclipse. Enjoy. She kind of scurries away quickly to serve other people at the bar.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, looking over and so.
Should we warn her that she will die tomorrow?
Best not.
Okay.
Naeran just looks horrified.
Now, as your evening's going on, you have a reasonably large, stout gentleman who you might have noticed. You've recognized him before. He's the captain of the guard, and his name's Ihan, I-H-A-N, I think. Ihan, something like that. He comes in and is like, the friends, good seeing you. I'm thanking you for everything you've done so far. It is much, much appreciated. But if it is not too much trouble, I have a little problem next door. If you'd be so kind as to lay your drinks down, or you could bring this spit bucket with you if you so desire. And please, I require assistance. Please come. And what do you want to do?
Naeran is very enthusiastically shoots up. Happy to help.
Oh, thank you. Please, the time is money. Yeah, he's got this, kind of fake smile he's wearing over and, to mask. He does look a little bit panicked. Is probably, one of the better words for it. But yeah,
I'm going to chug the rest of my ale and stand up as well.
Nice, cool. And so he goes over to the door and kind of holds it open and keeps waving you, smiling. Coming, yes, come. And, tries to usher you all out. Do you all go with him?
Yeah. Sort of like spider crawl. That's my walk, is me just crawling between everyone's legs, and I whisper behind him, we're not a fan of you.
Oh,
you're just like the thing from The Grudge.
Yes, well, I would be lying to say that your visage is rather off-putting, but your work speaks for itself. So I thank you for what you've done for the town. And again, kind of steps back onto his toes as he watches you scuttle past. So as he walks down the street, and his voice quietens down as you get away from the noise of the town. He's like, now, friends, I have a slight problem. One of my colleagues has returned from a nearby hunting lodge, and he seems rather wounded. We've tried to recover him, but there are problems. He's not taking to the healing. Please come. And he walks you down to his reasonably nice house. He's does pretty well for himself, but as you approach, you kind of hear. Give me a perception roll. And first roll of the night. Who wants? Give me some perception.
Last time I didn't take to healing, I was dead.
Yes. Well, let us hope that this character friend of mine does better than your death.
I'll take the perception roll.
Perception.
Guess for
nice, dude.
Nice.
For a total of 26.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
So as you approach, you hear almost like the let me say straight quick. You can hear like the panicked voice of a female inside. No, please stop it. Calm down. Stop. And as you open the door, the sound gets louder, and you see a gentleman who's kind of he's crouched up on a chair, and he's swinging what looks like the leg of a table or something, like this woman who's who's in the lounge room trying to pander him down. She's holding a pillow. Please stop it. You can sit down. You need to rest. And you can see he's got this bloody wound coming down from his near torso, and it's seeping with this almost darkened blood. She's trying to hold him back with a pillow. He's more threatening than actually he's trying to swing at her. Like, Black, what do you want from me? Please. And he's in a panic state. What would you guys like to do?
Naeran knocks an arrow.
Yeah.
Whoa. This is the guy we're meant to be helping, right?
Yeah,
right,
Darren, please stop, Darren. You what are you doing? Don't beat on my wife. And and so
no way.
He seems to be ignoring, Ellie's requests for him to stop. This is Darren. He's been unwell, but he hasn't been so active up until now. He had him resting on the floor, and you can look over and you see a collection of bedding that's on the floor and slightly bloodstained. Please, Darren, calm down. And he's shaking and coming at the what are you doing? You guys are here? You need to kill me as well? And he's freaking out, and you can see panic in his eyes. What does anyone want to do here?
Can I make an Arcana check?
Yeah. To what?
To see whether anything magically is inflicting him.
Sure. Give me a roll.
And I will also cast guidance on myself, which for me, I bring out this little doll, and the doll speaks up and is like, "You can do it." Oh, thanks. You're my only true friend.
Oh, that's not creepy or anything.
Okay, come on. Roll.
You did multiple times.
Oh, shit. I keep rolling. I can't stop. I'm addicted. All right.
Take your first one with a 9.
Shit.
Does guidance give you a +4 or D4 or something like that?
Oh, that's a 1. Wow. I'm doing well tonight. All righty.
He looks just like a crazy lunatic. That's probably your best. So you don't detect any trace of magic that could be affecting him. He's like, "Please, Darren, that the people, they're here to help you. Relax." And Ely leans over and over to Weck and says, "Look, please, let us try and grapple him before he causes problems."
Can I try a persuasion roll to just get him to calm down a bit and stop attacking us so we can interact?
Yeah, please.
All right. That is a 23.
That's pretty good. What do you say to him? I'm going to say that you have a decent effect. What actual words do you want to say?
Calm down. Was it Darren?
Yes.
We are not here to kill you. No one here is here to kill you or injure you. We want to know what's wrong and who's after you.
You see him. He's catching his breath, and he's looking around at each of you, and then he sees the scuttling spider girl on the floor talking to a doll.
That's fair.
Okay. But I'm keeping my leg. Keeping my leg, and
keep your leg. That's fair. Totally fair.
So he climbs down off the couch, and you can assume Ely's wife kind of steps to the side, and he goes back to his spot on the floor and kind of sits there, and you can definitely tell he's on guard, but he's not ready to backhand you with a wooden leg.
Darren, can I have a look at that wound? That looks kind of nasty.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, but just don't touch. Okay.
Okay. No touch. I would like to look at the wound and make a medicine check, if I may.
Give me a heal. A medicine, sorry.
Yeah, just to see what kind of wound it may have been. That's a 6.
You just straight up 6. Yeah, no, look, you can tell it looks like a stab wound. You're not sure what the darkness to the coloration could be, but yeah, no, it does look like he's had a puncture wound by something reasonably thick is probably the best word for it.
In which case, I'm going to try a first level healing word.
Okay, cool.
To attempt to close it a little.
Nice. Roll me the healing amount you give him, and then roll me in
7 points of healing.
Cool. And then roll me an Arcana check to see how well you fight this.
Okay. That isn't that one.
Nice. Yeah, so you cast your spell and say the word. What's your magic word? Do you have one in preference?
It's better.
Yeah. So you whisper better, and the golden glow kind of lights up around the wound, but then just sizzles out without changing. And continues
that's normally better effect than that. That's not good.
Yeah, that's right. This guy's the best healer in the business, so he can't heal it.
I'm dying. Is that
I think you are going to die. Yeah.
No,
Darren, can you tell us where you got that wound?
Yeah. I was out at the hunting lodge. The one further in the city. The Luakol Woods. There's the hunting lodge there. The Lost Calf Lodge. I was staying near there, and then we went out hunting in the evening, and my colleagues they slowly disappeared one by one, and something in the shadows, it came out and attacked me, and I got this wound, and I stabbed at it, and it let me go, and it ran off into the woods again. I managed to make it back here, but it's not healing. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Is there any other useful information you can give us before you die?
I don't want to die.
Come on, death really isn't that bad.
And he starts, weeping, and he actually
you people have got terrible bedside manner. My specialty is setting people on fire, and I have better bedside manner than you.
You mean death bedside manner?
Even death bedside manner. I mean, you're at a disadvantage with the doll that creeps people out, got to tell you.
It's the doll's fault. I'm sorry, Jeffrey. You're dead to me.
Erie chimes in. Okay. Well, I do thank you all for your bedside manner. It is much appreciated. But I think it is timing for you to perhaps maybe leave there. And I will take him. I'll take him over to the church if your magic is not able to help him here. We'll see what the local clerics can do. But this creature, and he's like, he starts, it attacked one of my best warriors, Darren here. He's a fantastic fighter in my militia. It shocks me to see him so wounded, that and his men. I mean, Darren, but focus. Where were you when you got attacked? And he's like, just out in the woods. We're trying to hunt the local beast. The one that's been taking people. Yes, I know the rumors, but look, all right, please, and honey,
there are rumors about a beast that's been taking people, and then the people who went to hunt it got vanished.
1 second, honey, would you mind taking care of that? And come talk with me in kitchen. And so he leads you all over away. He's like, look, Darren, he's a good man, but there's local talk of in the Luakol Woods that there's some kind of horrific creature that he's been killing people. Now we've only had 1 or 2 people die a month, something like that, but they don't die straight away. They disappear, and then body found, a little while later. Now, I assume that Luakol Woods, and anyone want to give me a history roll on Luakol Woods?
Okay. I'll do actual dice.
Anyone? No, but good.
Okay. 15.
15? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So you would know, and most of you would, that Luacal Woods is more of a it's a, what's the word I'm looking for? The local. What's
Woods.
the word? No. I'm starting to think of the word
Forest.
where a local attraction, but it's a more it's the word attraction in a bad way. Like, people are all talking about the mysteries and wonders of it, but without really knowing what it is. The thing with there's some kind of appeal that all creatures from random areas across the world tend to be called towards this particular wood. So you'll often find rare and often unseen creatures in this wood, and people try to prove themselves by coming in there, fighting these creatures, and then making a name for themselves. Like, oh, great, I killed the extra large bugbear / guinea pig or whatever it is. And so the call is for a lot of people to go in there and fight these things, but deaths are not uncommon when you're coming up against these creatures, but to have this regular occurrence of hunters slowly being killed, that's where it was. And so most of you would know that from that information. But Erin comes in and says, look, so we're looking further into these rumors that people are disappearing. So I sent out these men, some of my best, to hunt down, find any truth to what has been going on here. And, well, clearly you see what's happened to him. He's in the right mind enough to come back and tell me the upset, and he managed to fight off whatever was killing him. But I mean, I'm not getting much more information out of him than, it attacked him in the dark. So I'm thinking that with you guys being the local heroes of the area now, perhaps you and your expert skills could, figure out a little more as to what is happening at this wood and the nearby lodge. The lodge, it is a local attraction for hunters. They come there, they stay there, but, most of them, that's where these guys were staying before they headed out. So I would say, look, start there and then continue on from.
Naeran pipes up. I have one question.
Oh, but of course.
Do you have any food?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure.
We're in the kitchen, aren't we?
You are, yes. I mean, you are most welcome to help yourself to anything in the pantry. I think we have some bread and jams, cheese. If you're interested, but I mean, if you're willing to take it for the track, otherwise you could potentially set off in the morning. I mean, do you have preference? I don't think the creature or whatever it is going anywhere.
Naeran just begins to make a bread, jam, and cheese sandwich. Thanks.
Radu pops up. He's usually very quiet and just turns to Naeran and says, Naeran, weren't you supposed to be on a diet? I don't know if cheese is a good idea.
Well, this I'm pretty sure just looking at this one is sheep's cheese. It has less of an effect on me than the cow's cheese, so I'm going to give it a go.
The boy is right. It is the sheep's cheese. The wife, and he hits his belly. She keeps putting me on the retainer of what I can eat myself. So, no, eat as much as you want, boy. You need your strength. There's nothing to you. Look, stick and bone. And he grabs your arm and shakes it a little.
Very, very well.
So, do you need any provisions for your, trek out? I mean, you're accepting, yes? You are the local heroes. You'd hate to disappoint all these people that think so highly of you.
How long has this been happening for?
Well, I mean, I think the rumors started nearly a year ago, something like that.
And you haven't. There seems to be a lot of suffering.
There's been many a death from the local wood from long time. It's just the quantity has gone up. So perhaps there is some more dangerous creature inside that wood.
And
but we should alleviate all suffering
in the same area.
Oh, stop, everyone, one at a time. What were you saying there, Weck?
The increase in deaths, are they in like a specific area of the woods?
No, they're just randomly thrown about. It seems that the bodies are more taken to the place and just dumped off again. There's no sign of blood splatter or missing limbs appearing nearby to where the bodies are found. What are you saying there? You got something, Radu?
It's been happening for a year. Well, the amount of suffering. Surely you should have sought out help before now.
Oh, look, I send my men out when it gets to a crazy point. I mean, there's not often where you end up fighting some crazed, big teeth, large beaked type thing that comes in and killing people. Everyone wants to prove themselves. It is part of why we get such. He looks down at Eclipse. Crazies come to the village, but we don't question it. We like the prosperity of the village. But these people come through, they buy supplies from our people. We do very well on people's confidence.
Well, we will. I would love to help you. Ignore her. We would love to help you. But in the future, please, as soon as there is any suffering at all, please seek out people who will help.
Oh, but of course, that I definitely contact you when people die. Sounds like a good plan. But look, if you'd be so kind, I mean, I'd hate to push you, but I mean, you could head out this evening. But again, there's no rush. I just, as soon as knowledge comes that Dad had been hurt, and then his friends, their wives, they start making ruckus, and if I haven't done anything, it's an election year.
I hear that.
So
Naeran just looks at Wick.
How many of our party can see in the dark?
Oh, that's a good question.
I cannot.
Oh, shit. 120 feet, I think? Well, maybe not.
I don't think Goliaths can.
You all blind as bats in dark. How they say,
I have dark vision.
All right, most of you can just go camp just outside of the wood, and then I tell them that you've left. So I'm not lying, and you have gone, and then I can say the truth. You can, live it. Everything works. Then in morning, you trek into wood when it is daybreak, and you fight what you need to when you can see it.
I'm all for a night under the stars.
Yes, that is right. But do leave me some cheese for myself, please. I mean, that is excessive, the amount you've stacked up.
Like the sandwich is like bread. There's like a wedge of a wheel under that, and then jam, and then bread.
Yes, I think we should head out as soon as possible. We need to stop the suffering as soon as we can. Although I would really like to have a torch.
Yes, well, I mean, we can provide you with something. I think I got something in the shed. I can give you a torch if you need. If that makes it easier for you to head. Honey, they need torch. She's busy with that, but she'll get it. I mean,
thank you. Thank you very much.
And just, Radu, I mean, I know you don't like suffering, but I really feel that Darren's suffering will not be a hell of a lot longer, I have to say.
Okay, let us not talk about me living as if they're dead. So, look, as soon as you go, I'm going to take him over to church. I mean, he's not bleeding out. He's still screaming. I can make sense of that, so it is fine. They scream they're living. It is fine. But I do really need to get going to take him over to the church. Every moment is precious, and every moment you're in my house, I have less cheese.
All right.
Naeran has made up to 5 sandwiches now.
Wet takes one of them.
He just double parked sandwiches.
Well, I mean, there are 5 of us, 5 sandwiches. Clearly, he was just provisioning the whole party.
You can have mine. I don't eat.
Perhaps I take the creepy spider girl sandwich for myself. I mean, it is a good 200 meter walk over to church.
You go near my sandwich, and I will edge it.
All right, time to go. What do we say? Please leave my house.
Just kidding. I'm going to edge you anyway. And I walk out, and I climb out the door.
All right, she closes the back door and locks it. All right, feel free to exit out the front door. Just hear scratching from the other side of the back door.
I think I haven't gotten through a locked door before. You're insane.
All right, so he's like, yes, honey, have you got torch or not? And she's there, fighting Darren back with a pillow again. Look, I get the torch for you. Come. Then he walks you over to the barn and hands you the torch. Look, please, I'm asking you to hit the road as quickly as possible. I need to deal with Darren.
Okay.
Yep.
Very well.
Cool. So we're going to
go be on our way.
Camp near the woods.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Nice. Beautiful. All right, so you do that. He hands you a torch. You guys head off into the distance, and as you're leaving town, you can hear Darren enter the street, and he's screaming and making a hullabaloo as they pull him through town. But you guys set off in towards the Lure Call Woods. So yeah, heading off down the road, it's reasonably easy. I mean, you're not heading into the woods itself, I assume, so it's all pretty stock standard. And you're setting up camp. Do you want to make watches? What's your plan for the evening?
Naeran just wants to ask, how deep in the woods are we right now?
You're currently not.
I don't think we've entered.
Wait, these aren't woods.
No, this is the road. So and over there, there's the trees. That's forest.
Oh, that's woods.
Yes.
Who's been to woods before?
I think you've had too much cheese, my friend.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from the city. Woods sound very exotic. This is exciting.
They're called that because they're made of wood.
Like my bow.
Almost.
Is wood.
Only more of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Woods. Yeah, right. Yeah. Awesome.
Basically, it's just a whole stack of bows waiting to be made.
Wow. You have just blown my mind.
You're from the Greens there, Tim, yeah?
Traditional inner city. Never seen a tree in my life.
That's good. All right. So as you're talking about your bow trees here, what's the plan? What's everyone wanting to do?
Kill that guy that we just talked to.
All right, so we're going to sneak back in town. Roll a stealth roll.
It does seem a waste of the free beer, but I'm in.
I mean, save town of monster.
Who has a problem for a year and doesn't do anything about it?
Well, that guy, for one.
Oh, that's not a problem till there's an election year. Then it's all the problems.
Politicians.
I've generally found that if you have a problem, the best thing to do is to ignore it. And quite often it goes away, really.
I'm still here.
I'm still waiting.
So someone wasn't successful.
I'm happy to pull a watch if there's watches, by the way. I'm jazzed. I'm keen. This is exciting.
I'll take a watch to contemplate what I've learned today.
I will also take a watch because the dead don't sleep.
Amazing. All right, so you alternate watches through the night. It goes through reasonably quietly. Assuming you're reasonably close to the road still, so you'll probably see a merchant, pass through, but nothing worth reporting.
Weck sees nothing because he basically just digs a little hole out of the earth and just pops into his shell and sleeps there.
Good. I like it. So you wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready for adventure. As Naeran, I'm assuming you're pumped and ready, the most excited. Up early again. That's good. Give me a perception roll, Naeran. You're up and you're buzzing.
All right.
I keep thinking you're saying my name, but just doing it wrong. It just fucks with me.
No, he's saying my name and doing it wrong. That's a natural 20 for 23.
Was that 23?
Natural 20 for 23.
Whew, nice. As you wake up and you're at the tent doing your yoga stretches, you think you catch a glimpse of maybe like some eyes looking at you from the woods, and then they disappear again pretty quickly. Just bright blue eyes. And they're there for a flash and then disappear again.
I saw something. Everyone, I saw something.
What was something?
Why are you even awake already?
I saw a thing. I saw it.
What did you see?
Eyes.
You saw eyes.
I saw eyes.
Were they mine?
No.
Were they mine?
No, they weren't any of our eyes. I saw eyes over there.
Were they a merchant?
No. Well, I don't think so.
Where is Naeran pointing?
Pointing in the woods. The big stack of bows over there.
Just imagine you step into the woods, these arrows just start firing from all directions.
It's like the booby trap in
I knew it was coming!
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
If I look where Naeran was looking, do I see eyes?
I'm going to straight up say no. You don't see anything.
Your eyes, they're over there.
How dense are the woods?
You're going to say how dense is Naeran.
Look,
no, I know that one.
Pretty dense.
They're reasonably. There's enough space to walk through them comfortably. Like there's still light that shines through. So it's not such a canopy of leaves that you can't it's pitch black in there. But look, it's carries well. It's thick bush, but you couldn't drive a car through it easily. But you could easily ride horses through it.
Well, I guess
we have a car.
We should just go in.
You ride the spider.
I don't recommend it.
Never a bad time to ride a spider.
Yeah, cool. All right. Feel free to walk on in.
Shall we find the eyes?
Yeah, can I try to direct them to where I saw the eyes and we head in that direction?
Sure. Yeah. So you head over there. Give me a perception or survival roll.
Who's rolling that?
Whoever wants to look for tracks or...
I will look for tracks.
I will do survival.
I find nothing.
Good.
That is a 5.
Yeah. I also got a 5 and guidance isn't going to get me far.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
A 7. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
What are we rolling? Survival?
Or perception. I'll take either.
Go perception.
Okay. I'll try a perception. 13.
I'll keep looking.
Good.
That's a nat 1. Yep.
Good. Weck, you want to chime in or are you good?
I got a 12 on perception.
Oh, thank God.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to say you look. Maybe there's some tracks of some kind here, but I mean, it could be anything. So there's nothing that stands out as there was something.
This is not a good start.
Spider walk over the tracks. That would be great.
Yeah. So yeah, as Naeran runs in, he's running over all the tracks that were there, like, oh, they're definitely here. This is where it was, and scuffing up all the dirt. That's his nat 1. Yeah. So yeah, there's no particular tracks there that you can find. You did know that Ely said that the party had been heading in towards the Lost Calf Lodge. That was the direction they were traveling. So I think whoever wants to give me a survival roll to know the way to that.
Can do this.
14.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll allow the 14. That's enough. So you can start leading the party. Ishmael, I know the way. You start.
I've burned things here before.
Wood burns, right?
I know, it was a great discovery.
You've got problems, and that's
Wait,
coming from me.
Wood burns.
It
Does
does.
this place burn sometimes?
It can do.
Don't
I've been
set fire
trying
to
not
the
to burn it
trees.
down, but we'll see. We'll see how we go.
That's a bit
Trees are
worrying.
good. Let's keep the trees.
Nice.
It means that your bow isn't indestructible.
Love it.
I don't know what to say to that.
Checks out.
Really? Snap. Oh, fuck. So yeah, you continue into the woods.
Into the woods.
Into the woods. And as you make your way through towards where you believe the log cabin is, can I get everyone to roll me a perception roll?
No, I'm not even going to bother.
Good.
Natural one with a -2 on it.
Freaking hell.
Good.
Oh, -1. Nice.
25.
You
25.
go blind.
Your eyes roll backwards into your head.
8.
Look at the pretty sparks I can make.
Nice. Yeah, as you are walking through, you manage to come across what appears to be a broken bridge crossing a small stream.
Do I fall off the bridge?
I know. No, you are. As you're continuing on, you're like, "Oh, cool! That sounds like fun." And you walk up to the broken bridge, and the small current, making splashing sounds. It's distracting most people, but Weck, he hears something in the distance, and he gets to act in the surprise round as creatures emerge from the surrounding shrubbery. Can I get everyone to roll me an initiative?
Oh, hell no. Can I move to the back?
Yeah. You can put yourselves in the order in which you decided to
Oh, I'm crawling up this tree.
walk this area.
Initiative. Come on, baby. Roll well.
And generally, I hide behind Weck.
15.
15, you say.
Mine is 12.
6.
Holy shit.
7.
Oh my god. I got
Oh,
it.
wow.
I think I'm going to have to start
Holy
rolling
hell.
actual dice.
So, Weck, were you 15? Is that right?
12.
12. Who had 15?
I did.
Right, 15.
Mine's
Danielle, what was
6.
yours? 6.
Yep.
And Naeran?
23.
23. Nicely done.
Excellent. The archer goes first.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because it's a surprise round, so this is not so great.
All right, that's cool. Let's reveal that these little cutie boys come over. Isn't that nice? So as opposed to what their tokens are showing, these two wolfy boys, they have bright blue eyes and not the horrific image that you're seeing before you.
Does they look like the eyes I saw?
Yes, quite likely they do.
Those are the eyes I saw.
Surprise round. I'm going to give them just a movement action as they run up. That's cute. Let's just put you guys in actual locking spaces. Great. That's them. And Eclipse. Look at that. Beautiful. That's their surprise round. And Weck, you get to go as well.
Okay. I would like to guiding bolt the one closest to Naeran.
Sure. Do it.
Will be a 16.
16 will hit. Give me some damage.
For 19 points of damage.
Whoa, damn, boy. That's good. He doesn't like that. It's straight up pissed off. All right. Naeran, your turn.
Okay. I would like to... I guess I'll use my longbow to shoot the wolf in front of me.
Okay. That'll be a disadvantage for close combat.
It won't be, because I have guiding bolted it.
Oh, that is true. Make it even.
There you
So
go.
classic roll.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to. Do I call this beforehand? I can get a
sharpshooter. Is that what
no, I can get a special kind of arrow.
Yeah, you'll call that beforehand.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to do an arcane shot, and it's going to be a grasping arrow.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Roll to hit.
Roll to hit. Was that 21 to hit?
That'll hit.
Right. Okay. So my damage, 12 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the grasping arrow, I'm going to do 2d6. An extra 6 from the grasping arrow.
Nice. And is he grappled, or does he have to roll a save or something like that?
So a creature hit by the arrow takes that damage. Its speed is reduced by 10 feet, and it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each turn it moves 1 foot or more.
Whew. All right. Love it.
And the brambles last for 1 minute, or if I do a different arcane shot, and the creature can use an action to remove them with a DC 11 athletics check.
Nice. All right. Cool beans.
Okay, so I will do that, and then I'll book it to hide behind Weck. By that, I guess I mean above him on the map.
There's no reason I couldn't get an attack of opportunity on that?
No, unfortunately. Yeah, go for it.
I like it. Let's do a classic bite. 21 to hit.
Yeah. Yes.
You take 10 damage and give me a strength save.
Oh, golly gosh. 10 damage and a strength save. That's a 6.
Yeah, you'll fail. So you get knocked prone. So you'll need to use, half your movement to stand up if you want to try and get out of there.
On my next turn or this one?
On this one. So you've still got, so you have to use, your movement's 30 feet, I assume?
Yeah. So I'll still be able to get above Weck.
You just have to move. Yeah, you got 15 feet of movement remaining.
Yeah. So as I'm knocked down, and then get up and run.
Reveals your love heart bloomers.
Yeah.
Classic. Cool. All right, and so you can move up towards Weck. Easy done. That takes us over to Radu's turn. What you want to do?
Yep. So they have attacked already, haven't they?
They sure have.
Yes.
Oh, actually, no, they haven't. They've attacked.
That bite, yeah.
Naeran now, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, being a creature of peace, he's going to try to
separate them into pieces.
No, he's going to try to just kind of disable them or knock them out.
Do it.
So he's going to try an unarmed strike to start with.
With his feet, I assume. No arms. Thanks, Evan. I appreciate the smile.
18 to hit.
18 will hit. What's my damage?
Or 5 damage. Then I'll do a flurry of blows, I think. Isn't it a bonus action?
Oh, nice.
Lucky wolf.
Monk abilities.
Now, I've never played a monk before. They say, a lot of people say ki, but I think it should be chi.
Yeah.
Whatever your heart desires, I will accept both in this instance.
Chi sounds too westernized. Okay, chi. I'm going to spend a chi point, and I'm going to go flurry of blows.
You mean a cheese point?
Oh.
Hush. Sorry, I'll go home.
Oh, God. That's a miss.
Great. I love it.
Shitty rocks.
That is Eclipse's wolf. I think it's going to be an absolute butthole. It's going to do a cold breath attack, 15 foot, so it's going to hit Eclipse, Naeran, Weck, and Radu. So can I get everyone to roll me a DC 12 dexterity save or take 25 cold damage?
Fuck!
I'm going to start by casting Absorb Elements.
Is that a reaction spell?
It is a reaction spell.
I love it. It's good.
What was it? Sorry?
DC 12 dexterity.
DC 12 dexterity.
23.
So not me on that one?
No, you're outside the range of that cold breath.
By being far too close to the other one.
Yeah, that's it.
That's nope. But I'm gonna use my stone's endurance, I think.
Good choice.
I need.
So does the save mean I take half damage, or?
Save is half damage, I believe. Okay. Yep.
Oh, what?
So how much damage was that then?
It's 25 in total.
5 less.
So you halve it to 12.
And then if I succeed in my saving throw, I halve it again because I get resistance to it.
Sure do.
Lovely.
So down to 6.
I got a 9.
Yeah, it's a fail. So take that sweet 25 points of gold damage.
Oh,
jeez.
How's everyone feeling? Good old wolf Jack.
ouch.
All right, good. Let's celebrate with Weck's turn.
Okay. The one Radu should probably be amongst one of those, shouldn't he? Because he ran into.
Oh yeah. So which one do you go and attack? Sorry. Which way were you planning on attacking, Damien? You can't line out.
Ishmael. One closest to Ishmael.
Really? Did you say that now? All right. Then
no, I'm not. Damage. I'm an honest little boy.
You can get that cold damage you took back then.
Oh, can I? Oh,
yeah.
Good.
You moved. You wouldn't have been in the cone. So feel free to have that back.
God for that, because that really hurt.
Yeah. So yeah, Weck, which one you want to go for?
I'm going to keep going at the one that I had. However, I am going to start off with a bonus action as the little dots and lines on the shell light up and start glowing with a faint light as
Avatar state.
Weck activates his starry form.
Ooh. What's that?
That's it.
That's the fun of the Circle of Stars Druid, my friend.
Oh, I like it. And so, what does it do? Let's go with that.
He is
invincible. He got star mode from Mario.
Not quite. He's going to take the Chalice starry form for this action, and is then going to Guiding Bolt again, the same one. Is a 15.
Yeah, to hit. That'll hit.
To hit, yeah. For 19 damage again.
Nicely done. Woot does not like that. Looks hurt.
Okay.
Now that also gives the next attack advantage, or is it advantage
does.
for just the next attack? Cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Anything else? Move, dance.
I will shift myself a little further north.
Good choice. Eclipse, what you want to do?
I'm going to I'm going to choke the wolf and be like, I'm going to send you to hell, and cast Shocking Grasp.
I like it. Roll me a
Shopping grasp. Slightly different.
I will turn you into a fur coat and sell you at higher than retail value.
That's how many bags you can hold in one hand.
So it's that one. We've got all the marks on your hand afterwards.
So is it that one that's got advantage, or the other one that's got advantage?
It's the other one.
It's the other one that has advantage.
Fuck. All right. Well, hopefully my dice roll well. Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will do it.
Excellent. That is 4 lightning damage.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to run away, and it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Ooh, I like that. Nicely done.
So let me just find out.
Much better running away than I did.
30. Let me get... Oh, do I have to... Okay, yeah, that's my turn.
I like it. Ishmael.
All right. I am going to cast 2 spells. I'm going to use 2 of my sorcerer points to cast Burning Hands as a bonus action. Actually, Burning Hands is an action, and then Misty Step is a bonus action. Misty Step second.
You can officially, according to the rules, you can only cast a cantrip. Like you could too. So you just use your thing. Ignore exactly what I'm saying. Go nuts. Yes. So you want to Burning Hands first, the Misty Step.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see how much damage you want to do on this Wolfie boy.
Well, it's 3d6 for Burning Hands, but it's a dex save.
Mm-hmm. They have a pretty good dex. Well, actually, they've got an okay dex. But it's fine.
So, the save.
I believe you roll high enough, and you might be able to kill it. See how we go.
I think the save DC is 14.
Maybe it should say under spells. It has your spell save DC at the top.
Yes.
I'll roll it. I'll roll it.
14.
Nice. You want to roll that damage? I'll roll that dex.
All right.
5, 6, 7. He failed his dex save.
And we have got 11 points of damage on that.
Oh, does not like that.
Which is fire damage.
Yeah. Yeah. The fire doesn't like it, but he is really badly hurt. I am very badly wounded. So
then
not looking happy.
Misty Step to let's go back over here with Eclipse.
All right, cool.
Oh, hey, girl.
Hey. I like your positioning.
Seeing his buddy attacked and wanting to get some of that sweet pack tactics, this one's going to run over and take a bite out of crime. Yeah, let's do that. 23 to hit.
Nah.
Against dearest, what do we call it? Radu. 12 damage, and you give me a strength save.
Fuck. How are we getting fucked up by wolves already?
No, right?
Come on, this is the warm-up encounter. What are you doing?
We're only level 4 babies.
All right, we short resting after this? If so, I'll start using my spell slots.
Yeah, you done, Radu? Yeah, took some damage. You failed that strength save.
Sorry, what was that?
Roll me a strength save. DC.
Strength save. 17.
That'll pass. You don't get knocked over.
Excellent.
Cool. I think that is its turn. Naeran, what you want to do? You got a wolf in front of you. You got.
So I can't run away without an opportunity attack again unless I.
Oh man, probably
disengage,
not.
Right. I'm going to have to disengage and run.
But you'll only take it from. Oh no, the one that you're engaged with, it can't take. Has it had its turn yet?
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Fuck! Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
But you wouldn't have disadvantage on the other one if you were interested in that.
It would in fact be advantage, wouldn't it?
It would, because it's still got the guiding bolts love on it.
Yeah. I'm more worried about staying up. I've taken quite a bit of damage actually. So, no, I think I'm going to disengage and run up to again above Weck.
No, don't! They'll cone again. Go away. Find your own spot.
Okay, maybe to the top and to the right of Weck then.
I just imagining you just turning to sprint and the spider goes like, "Fuck off!"
My jaw dislocates.
So he sees that and deviates to go just slightly to the right, still hiding behind Weck as he usually does. But
I like it. That's good.
Yeah,
it's good. All right, so you're
so useless.
Disengage and running up that way. Is that the plan? Do you like that positioning?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Sure,
that's good.
Done. I like it.
Now that wolf I shot hasn't moved, has it?
No,
it hasn't.
Okay.
It hasn't had a chance really.
Yeah.
It's been killing. Radu, what you want to do? You got that weaky boy in front of you. It's on its last legs. Ringing death's doorbell.
Is everyone running away and leaving me in a wolf sandwich?
That's pretty much it. You're basically cheese at this point.
Well, you're the melee character, so.
Well, not that much.
But the one that looks near dead has advantage on it. It's glowing and guiding light.
I'm going to
run away.
Yes, I'm going to run away. No. All right. So I'm going to unarmed strike the one that has the more hit points, or the one that's looking healthier.
The one you want to hit the one that's healthier.
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's the one to the right of you.
There is a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, 16 hits.
16 will hit. Yes.
And hits for 3 damage, but then I'm going to do flurry of blows.
Cute.
Again.
So 3 damage to the healthier one. Yeah.
The healthy one, and flurry of blows. First one's an 18.
18 will hit.
There's a 9. Okay, so that'll do 5 damage, but I'm using my open hand technique and trying to get it to fall prone. It's got to make a DC 14 dex save.
Okay, well, as you slap it with your open palm, it does fall prone because it is now dead.
Oh, okay. I thought they were beefier than that. Okay.
No. I mean, it's taken a lot of damage. Those guiding bolts are no joke. And 19 damage each time.
Never mind then.
All right, cool. You knock it unconscious. You got a move you want to do? Or are you happy?
I'm happy.
Cool.
I'll be a meat shield.
That is that its turn already? That doesn't make sense. Hang on.
Yeah.
Did I skip over Eclipse, or is she?
No, Eclipse.
She's at 7.
Oh, is that the correct order? I feel like it's weird.
You got
not
2
Eclipse.
wolves.
Yeah, 2 wolves.
No, it's all right. I just I thought this wolf last name doesn't matter. It's going to bite. Take a bite. Actually, we'll see if it's get its breath back. We'll do that first. It does not. It'll take a bite. I'll read you. I just feel like its attack was more recent than that.
Maybe did you get them mixed up?
I think I may have got them mixed up.
Which meant that he could have escaped.
It could have. Yeah. All right. I'm going to skip that turn and put him down because I played wrong. My bad, team. Weck, you're up.
Okay. For starters, I'm going to bonus action cast Healing Word.
Mm-hmm.
At who was it? Who failed the cold save?
Most people.
Aaron.
I did, but give it to Radu. He's the one right in it.
No, because I was actually in a different spot, so it turned out I didn't actually have to make the save. I'm full health. I'm full health.
So in that case, I am going to heal Eclipse for 6 points.
Oh, mummy, I'll take it. Thank you.
And then, courtesy of my chalice form, I am going to heal Naeran for 9 points of healing.
Oh, very nice.
Gorgeous.
My hero.
Nice work. No movement?
No movement. I still have my action too. So.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Well, that was all bonus. Nice.
Yeah, that was
one bonus action to do all that stuff. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
In this action economy?
Yeah.
You can just hear the faint sound of dun 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 dun.
And I'm then going to force a small flame in my hands and throw it at the Wolfie boy with a big old produce flame cantrip. Yep. Wrong button. That's the damage of a hit, which won't with a 10, I'm guessing.
A 10 is not going to miss. Yeah, it'll miss. Yeah. Nice. Love it. That comes to this individual's turn. Coming out of the other side of the shrubbery, you see this the female hunter-looking woman coming down from the south, heading north, and she fires off an arrow. 16 to hit, but she has disadvantage because of the weird bridge shape. She misses anyway. But an arrow flies past this wolf-looking thing. So we'll continue with that. Eclipse, you're up.
I cast Eldritch Blast at her.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll
You will have disadvantage only because of the bridge, the same way that she did.
Huh?
Just because of the arch of the bridge that remains, there's slight disadvantage. That's why she had disadvantage.
Nah, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the wolf.
Okay.
And be like, show me your skull.
It spits out its own skull. It's just a flopping sack of skin now. Hanging in its face.
15.
15 will hit.
And then agonizing blast, that takes it up to an 8.
Oh, nice. Doesn't like that.
All I can hear is, show us your skull. Skull's out for the boys.
Sorry, I didn't realize I dropped back into the accent. Oh, guys, I'm sorry.
You're all good? No bonuses or anything else?
I struggle with friends, so I'm going to go over here.
All right, cool. I love it. Ishmael?
I am going to throw some fire, a firebolt,
Do it.
at the remaining winter wolf.
Cute.
So that is a roll to hit.
Winter is coming.
Hopefully winter is going to be short-lived. That is a 13.
13.
Yep.
That will hit. Yes,
Ooh.
it hits.
Nice.
All right, so that's a D10 fire damage. And it would help if the dice stayed on the board. 8.
Oh, chipping away with the 8s at a time. I like it. Any movement? Any bonus?
I am going to move further away from the wolf.
Good choice.
Kind of around here. Spider Chick doesn't like me, but I like her. She seems to stay alive, or as alive as she is.
All right, that's the wolf's turn. I already rolled before to try and get my breath back and didn't, so it's just going to take a bite out of Radu. Let's do it. Hunk. Oh, an 8. All right, great. That's classic miss. Yeah, I think that's its turn. It's focusing on the target. Naeran?
Okay, I'm
Do you want
gonna
to be less useless?
I'm gonna try and shoot
No pressure.
the thing with an arrow. I'm gonna try and hit the wolf.
Do it, I believe.
I won't put any arcane shots. So that is a 15 to hit.
15 hit, yeah.
Hooray. That is
Killing shot.
12 damage.
Damn, that's a good hit.
Oh.
Not a killing shot, though.
Okay,
Oh.
I will action
Still
surge.
reasonably healthy. Yep,
And I'll shoot it again.
do it.
Fuck it up!
That is an 18 to hit
That'll hit.
Oh, nice rolling.
with 9 damage.
Nice. All right, yeah, no, it doesn't like that. Not a fan. Radu, assuming you've got no bonus action or,
Still
I don't
alive.
think I do, no.
it is, yeah. It hasn't, it's got health, but you guys have only been chipping away with little 8s at a time.
We're trying, okay? We're level 4.
Yeah, they're level 3.
Sorry, I will take a bonus action. I realize I have second wind. That's a fighter
Oh,
thing.
it is. Very
So
useful.
I'll do that, and I'll just roll my HP.
All right, I believe in you. Cool, Radu.
Is it looking pretty ouchy?
Looks hurt. It's still moving.
Still moving?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say it's less than half, but more than a quarter.
All right, we're going for the unarmed strike. 16 hits.
That'll hit.
And it does 4 points of damage.
How will he recover?
Probably shouldn't spend all my chi points up front, so I think that'll be it for now.
Okay, cool. Weck. Gonna weck him up.
Whack him up
Wiggity
inside.
check yourself before you wiggity whack yourself.
Can't wake up.
Okay. Weck is going to throw another flame at it. That will be a 10 again.
10 will miss.
Well, bugger.
Yeah, just start hitting. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Any movement, bonus action or movement?
Bonus action, the points of light on the shell that are forming the shape of a chalice now form the shape of an archer.
Ooh. And that looks, it's just pretty?
That's pretty. And
nice.
That's my turn.
Nice. This huntress comes over and fires a shot at the wolf with all her best effort. And misses. Good job. Eclipse, you're up.
Do we have to duck out of the way of the shot?
No natural ones.
Eldritch Blast. Ain't up to much else. Ooh, nat 19.
That'll do it.
Or please not an 8. Oh, 12.
Ooh, fancy. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Looks hurt. Yeah, cool. Anything bonus action or movement?
No, I'm going to stay here and nod at the Genasi as she keeps following.
Love it. Well, speaking of the Genasi, do you want to kill it? Go.
Yeah, I nod back and then I throw another firebolt at it. That seemed to work last time.
Yeah. What's your max damage on that?
It's a D10, so max is 10.
All right.
That is 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
And we do 2 points of damage with that firebolt.
Man, how will they
2.
That's its turn. Let's see if it gets its cold breath back. What do you say? Oh, it does. Oh, I love that. All right. Let's be cool. I'm going to say we'll roll this because it's in combat. So we'll say it's a 1 to 4. It's going to attack Radu. A 5, it'll attack the 2 ladies, and then a 6, it'll attack the two gentlemen. A 5. We're going for the ladies.
All the way up there.
It's going to come over and be like, "Hey, fuck you guys."
It
Radu,
gets an opportunity attack. Radu,
yes,
please
Radu.
Kill it.
You might have a chance if you attack really
I will
well.
go unconscious.
Do I get it?
You do.
Attack of opportunity?
Yeah, sure do.
Nice. Excellent. Go for it.
Smite the bitch.
Oh, that is a 21.
That'll hit.
And 2 points of damage.
Damn it!
Doesn't like that. It's going to roll its.
I just scratch it with my fingernails.
21 damage. Give me a DC 12 dexterity save.
Natural 20.
Hey! I rolled a 12 on the die, so 15.
Cool. That's good. All right. So you both take half damage, 10 damage each.
Thanks for the healing. Otherwise, I would be unconscious.
That hurt.
Nice. Yeah, and that's its move. It's quite happy with that. Naeran?
I'm going to try something novel.
Ooh.
And no, I'm not. I'm just going to shoot it with an arrow.
Ooh.
I thought you were about to say try something novel and shoot it with a book.
That is these things I don't even pay attention anymore because that's a 13 to hit.
That'll hit.
That'll hit.
Right.
That's 10 damage.
Oh my god, it's got 11 HP. It's very, very woozy. Wiggle it there. You got any bonus action?
If I yell very sternly at it, will it just fall?
You took a level in Bard.
I've got nothing. I've got nothing else.
No, good. Radu, what you want to do? You want to save everyone?
I'm still recovering from that dad joke.
All right, I'll skip you then.
I'll go behind the wolf. And attack it. 1. 2 will hit.
What? So 22, yeah.
3 damage.
Oh man, it has 4 HP. No, I'm kidding. You're not unconscious.
I had a bonus action anyway, so.
Well, that's good. No, it is out. You managed to bitch slap that wolf to the ground. And, you're all there breathing heavily, recovering, and
Hooray!
You hear the voice from this huntress saying, well, looks like you managed to save yourselves. I apologize for my lack of helping. And on that note, we'll take a quick break.
Yes, let us take a quick break. 5-10 minutes. What do you reckon?
Yeah, we'll give you 10 minutes. Come back at 8:35 in our time.
All right, break time.
All right.
All right,
See you in 10 minutes.
See you soon.
See you in a bit.
Good work, team. We'll see you soon.
Bye. One second. All right, we're live again. Let's go.
Damn
We're
it.
back.
I wasn't quick enough.
Next time. Yeah, great. So you've made short work of the winter wolves, and you've been greeted by this huntress. And is everyone all right over there?
Radu goes up to the huntress and bows. Says, "Thank you for your help. How are you today?"
I don't know if there's much help. I could barely hit the broadside of a barn. Just I saw you're in trouble, so I did what I could to try and assist. But no, I'm fine.
Well,
thank you for asking.
Well, it is the thought that counts, so thank you very much.
Oh, there's none. What may I ask what you're doing out here in the lower woods? I mean, it's not particularly safe, as you can clearly see.
Well, I believe we're trying to get to the bottom of a bit of trouble in the city.
Oh? Is it, what seems to be the problem? I mean, are you like these last adventurers who came out trying to sort out what has happened in them mortars?
We are
exactly.
like them, except that we're alive and they're not.
What are you?
Well, some of us are more alive than others of our group.
Fair
Please
point.
hit your jar. It's horrifying.
You kind of actually get used to her after a bit.
I don't want
You
to.
get me, Wick.
All right. Well, if you're interested, I could take you to the lodge. It might be a bit more comfortable, and you can, head out from there, try and figure out some clues and whatnot.
Why are you helping us? What do you want?
Oh, nothing. Just fellow huntress. I mean, if you like, I mean, we can continue on again. I don't mind. I can leave you be, and you can find your own way. It's just, clearly you can manage yourselves.
Do you live at the lodge?
Oh no, I just like to try and make a name for myself out here. It's been pretty difficult to try and find jobs hunting. You can eat, but you don't really have enough for spending cash, as it were.
Yeah, generally you have to hit the things you're trying to hit with an arrow. That's
yeah.
helps.
Well, I mean, it's at least I'm standing my ground. I saw you pissing off like nobody's business.
Took down more wolves than you.
All right, that's fair. I'll give you that one. But look, I mean, I'm willing to offer my services to take you back to the lodge. Otherwise, you can, spend the night in the woods yourselves.
I mean, the lodge sounds good to me. I don't know about anyone else.
I would appreciate the lodge, yes.
Is there food there?
Oh, yeah, there's a restaurant-ish type deal. They one of the owners there cooks and serves everything, so should be, you can get a half decent meal.
There's a cook there.
Yes, no, he's a good gentleman, and if I was to tell you his name, it would be Erin. I'm going to call him Erin, Egyron. How would you guys pronounce that? Egyron.
Aragon?
That's it.
Agrion?
EG, was it?
Egrion?
Egrion. Egrion.
Egrion.
I'm going to call him Egg. His name's Egg.
Yep.
It's easy.
That makes sense. He's a cook.
What's his specialty?
Oh, bacon. Bacon is his specialty. He only cooks it by the leg.
How does he like them?
What, the eggs or the bacon?
No, I meant the eggs. Yeah, all right, whatever. I go and climb a tree.
All right, now I'm hungry for eggs. So perhaps, all right, look, I'm going to head in the direction of the lodge. If you wish to come with me, you're more than willing.
I'm down.
All right, cool. You guys want to go on an adventure?
Naeran follows Weck.
Let's go to Candy Mountain.
Eating a sandwich with like a big wedge of cheese in it.
Yeah.
What have I told you about the cheese?
As we're
Sheep's cheese. It's okay.
as we're wandering along the forest on the way back, are there any what's the plant life like? Is there anything that sort of looks different?
You could roll me a nature roll.
Sure.
Nature.
That's a dirty 20.
Ooh, a dirty 20, you say? No, everything looks reasonably normal. I mean, you're getting common plants that you would find in the local area. There's nothing that seems out of the ordinary when it comes to, the plants that are here.
Any pretty plants?
Sure. Yes, there are some lovely flowers you come across. Wildflowers. They are actually weeds, but they're quite beautiful.
Excellent. Weck takes a whole bunch and eats them.
Oh, good. Oh, you probably don't want to do that. Eating them causes diarrhea. Oh, too late. Never mind. Cool. So as you approach the lodge, reasonably large 2-story building, horses that are kept in, stables built into the side, you hear a ruckus coming in from inside. Sounds like, people yelling at each other. What do you want to do?
So I'm just Googling how do turtles poop.
Through their cloaca, I believe.
Yes, it's at the end of their tail. There you go.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm totally seeing this as a combat maneuver or something.
Just Hansel and Greteling your way back with diarrhea. So you're hearing, it sounds, like a just reasonable scream.
How long were we traveling?
Probably an hour.
Okay. I would have probably asked the huntress's name in that point.
Yeah. Oh, no, my name is Madria. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I mean, I can learn your names if you're so willing.
I give her the name of Weck.
Nice. Anyone else want to not introduce themselves?
I'll introduce myself.
Perfect. Great. And she tells you, the basics. She's been, staying in the lodge for nearly a month now, trying to hunt down. She's seen a lot of people come and go. She does recall the hunters that had stepped in here. And, anything else you'd like to know in your trek over?
Really a bit.
What's the craziest thing you've seen out here?
The craziest? Remember there was this, a type of bird that its head would increase in about 10 times the size and just to attack you, and then it would change back again. I mean, it was pretty weird to hit. I mean, every time you took aim towards shooting at its head, it would transform back again and you'd miss it completely. Not that I'm a bloody good shot as it is, but, even so, it's difficult to stay alive out here when you're missing targets that are the size of a volleyball.
Riveting stuff.
Right? Completely missing your sarcasm. Right.
I don't think she was being sarcastic.
So she, as you approach and she hears the yelling, she's like, "Oh, sounds like those brothers are up to it again." Well, look, please follow me inside. And
is this normal?
Of late, it's gotten a little bit worse, but I guess we'll see what they're arguing about this time. And she heads on inside. So, assuming you're all going in, you walk in, you see, as you come in, you see a reasonably nice lobby. There's a desk and stairs going up to a second floor. There is, as you step in, you hear, the sound of an argument happening between 3 gentlemen. As you can look down the hall, they're at a table, and looks like it's almost getting physical. And you see a Minotaur working the bar behind. Yeah, and so the conversation is going, "You bloody cheat, and I know it!" And he's like, "I wouldn't cheat a day in my life. I'm just happen to be somewhat luckier than you are." He's like, "Fuck off!" And grabs him and shoves him to the ground. Who's inside? Is everyone inside currently?
I'm inside.
Yes.
Give me a perception check, everyone.
16.
8.
15.
5.
Okay. Those, who pay the attention with the 15ers and above, as you notice the, reasonably well-spoken gentleman hit the ground, he winces in pain, a bit more than you would have expected from, just being shoved to the floor. Grabs his like, "Oh, motherfucker! Hey, fuck you! Get out of my bar! Get out!" And he's like, and the bull, the Minotaur, he's like, "No, calm down, please. There's no point in getting rid of customers. Look, just apologize and, take a moment to yourself." He's like, "Fine." He, storms off and he walks past you and he's like, "Good day," and then continues on walking past and upstairs. And so you see this Minotaur-looking person. And, "Oh, no, please, come on over. Let me get a look at you. Are you here for the evening, or are you just stopping by for a drink and some food?"
I dash up to the Minotaur and look right at his face. "Oh my god, the fuck are you?"
Yeah. So as well, people call me Egg, and I've got a name that is quite difficult to pronounce in the English tongue. So you too can call me Egg if it so suits. What can I get for you, young spider death woman?
You got any dirt?
And he, lifts up his hoof, dumps it up onto the bar, and starts scraping out the inside. Was that to your liking, miss?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Thanks.
And what about the rest of you? Anyone else? I've got a second hoof.
Ale rather than dirt.
I'll take real food, please.
Oh, yes. I make a mean bacon.
So I've heard.
My reputation precedes me. Madria, pleasure. Good to see you back again. Egg. And she goes over and just the usual, please. And very well, I'll bring it over to you. And she goes and takes a seat at the table in the back corner. And so just ales for the rest of you. Is that right?
Oh, is there a specialty?
Oh, no. Well, Madria tends to have this mixture of a collection of bacon bits and all stuffed inside a lamb's bladder. It's rather interesting, but makes her happy.
I'll try it.
Very well. 2 it is.
I'll have what he's having.
Well, I only had 2 lamb's bladders. I mean, we could split it into thirds and then give everyone 2 each, I guess, if that works. And look, I'll figure out something. And you, miss? Looking over at Ishmael. Just the ale?
What kind of time of day is it? If we've been traveling for an hour, it's still early morning.
Hey, it took you a little while to get to the river crossing, so I'm just after midday, I would say.
Okay. Do you have the rest of the lamb?
Yes. I mean, if you want to eat the juicy parts, weirdo.
Yeah, well, it's the dragon heritage. Some juicy pieces of lamb sounds great. We'll go with the ale.
Okay. And so he'll pour out the ale, hand it to you, and give one. "Oh, please take this over to Madria for me." And he heads back into the kitchen and starts cooking up while humming a jaunty tune to himself. Could I get Weck to give me I want to say medicine or wisdom, whichever you prefer.
Okay, medicine. That's 18.
You notice that thinking back, the wound that what's it called, Darren suffered, it could have been caused by, a horn similar to that of Eggs. He's, tusks, an open wound like that. Then you noticed it was wide and larger than a blade. But yeah, that's that's something similar that you would probably notice. Thinking back about the wound and referring back to it. Anyway, what does everyone want to do? The brothers, one of the guys who was screaming sits back down and starts, counting up the money that he's got left on the table. It's like, fucking cheater, sick of him. And then the other really stout-looking brother doesn't say anything, just kind of nods and. So looking around the room, you've got this reasonably stout brother, as Madry referred to them, and a thinner one. And then over in the corner, you've got a elf sitting in the chair and a kenku who's watching him read, like just focused, watching him. What do you want to do?
I'll take the plate the ale to Madria and sit down with her.
Oh, thank you, dearie. Much appreciated. And, starts sipping it down pretty quickly.
Has the food arrived
talk
yet?
to the brothers.
No, food's cooking. Yeah, you want to sit down at the table with all the cards?
Yeah, I just want to see if I can engage them in conversation. See
hey there, hot stuff.
What the argument was about.
Yeah, he greets you. Hey there, hot stuff. What can I do for you? Interested in some cards? Yeah, he's basically milking on the charm from his, rough demeanor that you saw a second ago.
Seemed to be quite a loud table a few minutes ago.
Yeah, the owner of this place, he seems to have a really lucky streak a lot of the time. I don't appreciate it.
Huh. Played with him much before then?
Oh, quite often. I've been staying here for the past 3 weeks. With him and my 2 brothers. And so he gestures over, this is Court, and then Court just kind of stares at you. And my name's Theo, and my other brother upstairs who's not feeling too well, he's resting up, and that's Klaus. We, the Stryger brothers. You might have heard of us. I can tell you without rolling, you definitely haven't heard of them.
I sort of look vague for a second and then nod and say, yes, I have, I think.
Ha! Sequad, our reputation precedes us. So what are you drinking?
I'm trying the house ale. What are you drinking?
Well, nothing yet, but hey, egg! And a response, he'll give me an ale later. That's fine. Well, how about I deal you in? You got coin on you? And he starts shuffling these cards.
Oh, I haven't managed to do anything with the 2 winter wolves we killed earlier, but there are pelts out there if you want them. What's the biggest thing you've killed in the last 3 weeks?
Oh, well, killed... Yeah, well, I mean, my brothers and I, we took on a green sting scorpion just recently, this massive beast. It ended up, stabbing into our brother Klaus. But he was resting it up. He'll be fine. We managed to take it down after it got down one of us. So I think, it's one win each.
Well, tell you what. I'm traveling with a healer. Rather than put coin down, I could ask him to have a look at your brother.
You want to play for looking at your brother?
Well, I mean, you could just owe me a favor.
Oh, anything you want, my dearie. I think that sounds like a pretty good deal. All right, I'll owe you a favor. If you want to, which one of these is the healer? Is it the Spider Woman? Because that bitch is freaky.
I'm slowly walking up to this encounter.
She's not so much with the healing.
Oh, thank God. Court looks over and, it's the first time you see any solid reaction. As he's watching the spider creep up.
That is disturbing in its own right. I'm going to go over to it. Not Wick. What was your character's name? Arg.
Wick, Radu, Naeran. Naeran.
Right. Is it Wick who is the healer?
Yes.
Druid. Yes,
Yeah.
Must be. That's what I thought at first. I'm going to go over to Weck and quietly, in the hopes that the brothers don't overhear me, tell him that they've got a third brother upstairs who's been gored by something, and I wondered if he wanted to compare the wounds. I've said that I'll get him to have a look at them because, healer, but we could maybe see if what they met is the same thing that's been killing people.
Would I have heard the whole conversation as it was happening?
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the area, I don't think they were being particularly quiet about his flirting. So, yeah, I think it's okay.
I think my passive perception is 16 anyway. So
I think you're fine.
Cool. Well, as I heard, you were gambling for it.
Well, he's going to owe me a favor, but...
So if you win, you get a favor. If you lose, I heal his brother, and you still don't get a favor?
I think in the end that they weren't gambling for it.
Okay.
It's just I'll owe you a favor. She rejected the game and said, I'll owe you a favor.
Yeah. So
can't hurt.
He's going to owe us a favor, which probably, I mean, it could be useful, I guess, but it means we get to have a look at the wound.
Oh. Yeah,
are you into that? I mean, Eclipse is into that, but she's a bit creepy.
I'm right here.
Are you saying you're not a bit creepy?
Thank you. I slink back into the shadows.
Sure.
Yeah. So Weck, you're over with Madry. That was the plan.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you've walked over there and at the table, something like that.
Yeah.
You've got Court right behind you, just kind of, watching. What's it called? The Eclipse, just glaring. Hey, how you doing? But he's just doing that with his grunting. Yeah. So are you agreeing to that conversation? Because Thea could show you up there.
Yep, I'll agree to that.
All right. Well, if you'd be so kind as to accompany myself, and he gestures that directly at Ishmael. Are you heading up, or is it just going to be Weck?
I should probably go with them.
Nice. All right. And so Weck and Ishmael got with Thea upstairs. What is Naeran doing during this time?
Naeran's making sure that he keeps an eye on Weck, so if Weck's going out of sight, he might follow.
Okay, cool. You're going upstairs, so leaving Radu downstairs. Radu, what's your plan?
I'd like to go talk to the Keku. Was it
Kenku? Yep.
Kenku, that's it.
Yep. I have a dentist named Kenku. Doesn't get my joke. Anyway,
he doesn't say much.
Yeah. So you go up and you what do you say to the Kenku? He's sitting there just kind of eyes fixed on the elf sitting there reading a book.
Hello, good sir. You look like a learned fellow. Just wonder if you could answer some questions for us.
You hear a slight chuckle from the elf as the Kenku turns to you and is like, and gives you a collection of whistles and clicks.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I think I speak that language.
Responds back, and the elf chimes in. Is like, well, I'm sorry, but you're not going to get much out of him that way. He, unless you can spend enough time around him to understand the Kenku talk, you won't be able to pick up the inflections on his whistles and clicks. Now, I myself have spent the better part of, say, 9 months or more with this here creature, and up until now, I've only managed to just make out what he's after. I call him Cutlery, if you're so inclined to give him a name.
You call him Cutlery?
Yes. I think that's what drew him to my attention originally. I'd set up camp in these woods, and he seemed to come over to the shiny things that were sitting amongst my stuff. And as such, I named him after what he seemed most interested in.
Yes, that is quite logical. I don't suppose you could ask him if he's seen anything abnormal in the woods lately.
No, yes, I mean, every day we'd see abnormal things come through here. That is the whole point of the lure called woods. You know, the abnormal is normal, as it were.
I'm
sorry, can I help you? Are you after something in particular?
Well, we're trying to get to the bottom of what's been going on in the woods. People from the city have been coming in here and being injured or even killed.
Yes, I've been actually writing my book on that. I'm an author, I'm trying to make a collection of the mystery that is, and as every death and murder comes along, I get to add another chapter to my book. I try to hang around this lodge and use up my tidings to greet these people and make notes on them. I mean, are you yourself looking to hunt down this beast?
I'm looking to hunt down anything that causes suffering.
Oh, well, please, let me pull up a chair as I take a few notes on your history. And he starts asking you a whole bunch of, details about your life and where you came from and trained and blah, blah, blah. And if you're happy enough to answer, he will happily listen and note with lots of your follow-up questions.
Well, I would give him my whole backstory, yes.
I love it. All right, we'll send that through and we'll role play it out as an add-on for the Patreon, I suppose. So as you guys continue upstairs, following Theo, Theo comes up to the first bedroom on the left as you continue down the corridor, and he knocks. Klaus, you feeling okay, buddy? And knocks a couple of times, and then opens the door, and you guys see as you walk in. Did that reveal, or am I? Yeah, did that work or not?
Yes.
No reveal? You can see that room now?
You can see the room now.
Good. You see a reasonably well sickened man on the bed, not moving much, foaming at the mouth a little, and like, so Klaus, these fine people said that they might be able to heal you. So how about you don't bite and just I'm kidding, he's fine. Do what you do, healer.
If I look at the wound, what kind of wound is it?
You give me a medicine check.
I would love to. 23.
Yeah, nice. You can tell that although it is a barbed shape and open wound, it is different to what you'd seen in the what's it called? Yeah, on Darren's wounds. The blood has started to scab over a bit, and it's not a black residue like you had before, but he is very unwell. We can almost tell that his legs getting almost a gangrene type feel to it.
Yeah.
It
hasn't been 2 hours yet since the wolves, right?
No.
All right, lovely. So I will do a good old healing word on Klaus for 8 points.
Nice.
And then, because Starry Form is still up, a further 12 points of healing.
Nice. Look, I'm going to say that because you're using your Starry Form and whatnot, it actually does heal him. You see this gangreniness reside. And the wound closes over and becomes just a faint scar on his body, and it starts wiping off the spit. Oh, my God, I can breathe. Oh, thank you. And he sits up on the bed and grabs your turtle face and kisses either side of it. You're a gentleman. Look at me. I thought I was a goner. No thanks to you, Theo. He's like, come on, you're the first one to get the inheritance. It's only fair. And they have a good laugh, and it's all right. Well, I guess this calls for a drink. And so happily enough, they continue back down the stairs, pushing past you.
Naeran says to no one in particular, and that's why he's the best in the business. I think people have already left the room by the time this happens.
Just standing there alone at the side of the bed. Just that's why he's the best. So they'll continue back down and order a drink.
I'll give them a little bit of a head start, and as I start heading down with Ishmael, that's not the same wound, unfortunately.
But, okay. Well, at least it's not a scorpion.
It's not a scorpion, but could have been a horn.
A horn?
Like our bartender friend.
Wonder if anyone's seen anything horned, or if we're dealing with people rather than monsters.
Can I get Weck, Naeran, and Ishmael to all give me a what's a good role that's associated with it? Perception, I'd take, or history.
Yeah, we can give it a shot.
Yeah,
just on the mention of the
19 perception,
16 perception.
19. I think Naeran is probably going to think that, as you mentioned the horn, you notice that the scabbard that Madria holds, it is it's not a commonly found sword shape. It is thicker in a horn-like shape as well. So I just thought I would. You upon the mention of the wound being hornish, that associates. You're like, hang on, I've seen another horn-shaped item.
I say, I've got it, like really loud and out of nowhere. And as Ishmael and Weck look at me, I say, we've got two horny suspects here. We have the one with the horns on the head, but then there's also the lady with the terrible shot who has a sword that looks like a horn as well. So I don't have it actually, but there are two. That's who you would. I think that's Yep.
No,
I don't have it, but you know what I mean.
You have a clue, a suspicion.
Yes. I don't have many clues often.
As this conversation goes on, Eclipse is looking up to Court, who's kind of, stood up from his chair and walked over. You're very pretty. Looking down at Eclipse.
I'm actually. Would I know that Kenkus don't speak common? That they speak another language?
You could give me a roll on it.
What do you want?
History. Or religion. either.
Yeah, all right. Ooh, nah.
Nah. Just straighten up.
An age?
No, I don't think you've come across many Kenkus. I'll give it to you. Hang on. Yeah, no. All right, cool. No, you haven't. Yeah, so it doesn't make sense to you. But Quart seems to want to talk to you. So you come here often? This completely deadpan face. Good.
I'll just stare into his soul.
He stares back into your eyes.
Who hurt you?
Oh, the scorpion hurt me. And he lifts up his leg and he starts showing you all these wounds and things. And here, this is where the pig hurt me. And here, this is where the bird hurt me. And he's just showing you all these battle wounds.
Oh no. I'm going to get out my doll and it's gonna say, "Listen, buddy, I don't know what you're after, but it's not fucking this. Piss off." Well, you heard her.
Very well, and he'll go back and sadly sit back down on his chair and look at his cards again.
I go up to Radu as he's the only one down here currently.
Radu's answering a whole bunch of questions about his history.
Ah, shit. Radu, if someone comes up to you and starts asking you personal questions, does that mean they're into you?
He says, as the elf asks him personal questions.
I think not necessarily. It depends on the body language.
And
the inflection and the inflections of their tone.
And when was the first time you were kissed? And he's sitting there with his book.
I died before I ever got the chance.
I'm sorry, miss. This is a question for Radu. To be so kind, I'm trying to take notes here, and you're interrupting my interview.
Oh, well, that was behind the waterfall in the monastery, you see.
Radu.
There was a rather handsome young man.
No, we have more pressing matters, and I go to drag him away.
Oh, please, this information is valuable. Very well. Perhaps I can fill it in. If I have enough leniency, I won't need to pay him royalties.
Oh, no.
The monastery for a back of a volcano. Perfect. And he starts, adding all these, you used to hear all these, ha-ha, and I got it, and all these things as he keeps crossing out and rewriting your notes.
What did you find in your search, Radu?
Unfortunately, not much. I can't speak Kenku. And then this lovely elven fellow wanted just to know my backstory, and I'm afraid I got rather caught up in it.
You shouldn't be so willing to give information. People use it against you and they hurt you with it.
You hear in the background, ha ha, this'll sell.
Well, I have the ability to speak to that Kenku, maybe. Just give me 10 minutes. Okay.
Oh, that would be very handy. Thank you.
Go and, I'd like the idea, thematically, to go up, crawl to the corner of a ceiling, and that's me casting a ritual.
Like the Exorcist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll flavor allow that. We'll see how it happens in combat.
I'm not going to, I won't do it in combat.
No, it's good. So it's around that time Egg comes out and he's, carrying his dishes. Where did everyone go? All right, Madria, here's what you were after. And, all right, well, hey, food's up! And calls down as the brothers are coming down the stairs cheering and, slapping each other on the back. And they come over and, hey, Egg, couple of ales. And they, order up as, Egg serves them.
I'll come over and get my food as well.
Yeah, I'll collect my food. And
all the food's delivered back to the table where Madri is sitting.
Yeah.
I will also eat.
Nice.
As Egg's standing there, I'd like to ask him, so do you have any relatives here as well, or is it just you?
Oh, no, I mean, it's not just me. You've you almost got to meet, the other patron of the this hotel. He was the one screaming before. That would be Treb. He bit of a hothead. But no, it's just us. We've been managing this lodge for many years. I mean, I used to be a travel guide through the woods, but after a while, you want to settle down. And I mean, your food's getting cold. You best dig in.
Is he trying to avoid the subject of himself?
You could roll an insight.
I'll take that. 14.
You think he's being, deterrent, but I don't think it's, he's reasonably open. I think he's just more concerned your food's getting cold. But there does seem like there's information that he's not sharing, but, it's is what it is.
Cool. I will eat my bacon and liver.
And Ishmael gets, served up, this giant whole lamb's leg, cooked to perfection with spices, served with a side of bacon.
Nice.
Naeran's like, you can really taste the bladder.
The trick is not to drain it.
Oh dear, that's quite very well done.
But you don't need to get a drink with it, I guess. It's money.
Love it. So the eve goes on, and the elven gentleman will probably come over to each of you at some point to ask a question about what you're doing here and what you're thinking. After 10 minutes, what's it called? Eclipse gets the ability to talk to the Kenku.
Well, I only have comprehend languages, so I can understand what he's saying, but I can't talk to him in
that's
the
okay.
same.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. So you can talk to him.
Yeah. So when the elf walks away, because I don't want to answer his questions, I across the wall to the Kenku.
Yep. And the elf is the Kenku's kind of just watching from his position as the elven gentleman goes around the room. But he looks down at you as you approach, and you hear that, and it's undertoned by, "Oh, hello. What can I do for you?"
Oh, there's two of you. Hello. I'm kind of friends with ravens. Maybe you and I can be friends. What brings you to the woods?
Oh, quite frankly, and I mean, again, you're hearing he's chirping and clicking the whole time, but I've been traveling with this companion Adeus over there. He seems to write quite a lot of stories, but I'm more interested in his absolute sheer pompousness. He seems to think the whole world revolves around him, and I find that absolutely fascinating.
Oh, so that's why you're hanging out with him. Incredible. What's the worst thing you've seen?
This gentleman, he constantly claims to have the best hygiene in the world, and yet he never washes his hands after urinating.
Oh, no.
I've seen him eat chicken wings straight after using the restroom, bare hands into his mouth. It absolutely shocks me.
Radu shook his hand. Do you think he's poisoned?
Oh, no. I mean, the sheer amount of, hygiene that he has for himself is rather high. So every day he'll have his bath and shower, but it's just purely the traces of urine that I find quite hilarious.
Do you know anything about the missing people in the woods?
Well, I must say that Adeus has been watching them for quite some time, but if you check through his notes, I mean, you'll be able to get quite a comprehensive list of people that have come and gone. I believe that a good 60% of them might have died, but as such, no, I haven't managed to figure out what type of creature it is, and Adeus, quite frankly, doesn't like going out. He just watches the people come in and then listens for news about their death, and apparently he's got another successful chapter in his story. He's going to do quite well from it. I've managed to peer over his shoulder quite a few times. He's a very good writer, if not pompous.
God, he's the worst. Guys, is there any questions for... I'm sorry, what's your name?
Oh, no one's ever asked me that, really. I mean, I've been going by Cutlery for so long, and I'm quite happy to stick for it. I'm rather fond of the name. I think it's colloquial, and the elven tongue, it's quite pretty.
I can't call you Cutlery if that's what that man came up with. I can call you something else.
My previous name was Theodore, but, I mean, if you really want to call me that, then you may.
Guys, do you have any questions for Theodore?
Who's Theodore?
The Kenku, obviously. Can't you understand when he woo-woo?
No. But isn't there a Theo there? Like, isn't one of the brothers a Theo?
Yes. Theo Striker.
It's a common name.
It's bound to get confusing.
Yeah.
Well,
we could just call this one Door.
Well, no. You can call him Theodore. You can call him Cutlery.
I'm quite okay with Cutlery.
Gotta respect the name. If you haven't got that, then you're just a carcass.
Well, it cuts like a knife, as it were.
I like that. That's very funny. I'm laughing a lot.
I can tell. Your cheery disposition lights up the room, and the way you climb walls is rather impressive.
Thank you. All right. Back to it.
Did you find out anything interesting?
Well, this elf man, who's probably right there and I don't give a shit, he's got notes of who's coming and going. So maybe if we read through his notes, we might be able to find something. The problem is he's a pompous jerk who's just interested in himself, and he's just interested in our stories and using our information against us. And I start to necrotic out for a real good second and dislocate.
Now, I've been quite adamant as to everything that I've been doing with these stories, and as such, I adjust them accordingly so that I don't need to pay you royalties, and you yourselves remain private individuals, so worry not. I'm not trying to take advantage of anyone or their life story. I'm just trying to tell a good story.
Have you noticed any patterns with injuries and disappearances from what you're hearing? Tell me now.
No, and he kind of backs up away from you as you unhinges again.
Maybe we should get Radu to ask. The elf liked him.
Okay.
Oh. Yes.
And I go and stand in a corner.
Yes, we've been having a lovely conversation. Yes. Have you noticed any patterns? Do you know anything that can help us?
No, not particularly. I mean, you're more welcome to look through my notes. I mean, again, I've changed most of the details, but look, as far as I can tell, people come in here and then not long after. I must admit that most of the people, I mean, if not all of them, have stopped in at the lodge prior to disappearing. So there might be some association there.
Ooh.
And then you hear Egg from the other side of the room just said, "Hey, I don't appreciate you talking about our business that way. So either shut it or I'll have to ask you to leave." Then Deus said, "I've been rather a good customer this whole time, so I'd be rather insulted, Egg, if you were to request that myself and my traveling companion Cutlery leave. We've been nothing but accommodating for the past many months."
His name is Theodore.
Yes.
I find it fascinating, Egg, that you'd think that was a commentary on your business rather than, say, a commentary on some monster staking out the nearby woods.
I'm just saying that Deus here is claiming that everyone who stopped in here has died. It's clearly not the case. I mean, granted, quite a few, if not, I'm just saying he might have only met the ones that have come into the woods and have come in here and died. There could be other ones that have died that, didn't come in here and he wouldn't have met them. So
one person died before they even came in here.
You're right. That is it. Yes. Good.
I will go up to Egg and actually I speak Minotaur, so I'm going to tell him in Minotaur. I get the feeling that you are not telling the whole truth here.
What's there to truth? I don't think there's anything to do with it. Quite frankly, I'm insulted that this gentleman over here is trying to belittle my business and scare away my potential customers, gesturing to, your group. It's just ungentlemanly.
Sure. Surely, with the location of this lodge, you know more than you're letting on about who is responsible for this.
They kind of choose cud for a second. No, I do not know anything else, and that'll be the last we're going to talk about it. Now, how's about I play you all a jaunty tune? And he kind of, takes off his apron and walks out towards the bar, towards the organ, and starts, playing some jaunty tune.
Naeran claps. He's having a great time. The brothers seem to ignore this whole conversation, and they're cheering. What's he called? Court is, still there looking sad. Madry is, chewing away at her liver and bacon.
I would like to just eat with Madria and just make small talk about, her life while she's been in the lodge and hunting around the woods and the time frame and
what she was doing before that, where she's been on her travels.
Yeah, no, she chimes in. She's quite happy to tell you. Like, oh, man, you could just read this in Adaius' notes. But no, look, I mean, I come from a small fishing village, but I was never particularly good at fishing, so I switched to the bow and arrow, and I was never particularly good at that, so I switched to the crossbow, and that I could hit about 1 in 10. So, I thought I'd be doing a little better than whatever I have. But look, I mean, I've seen many folk come and go in here, but it's it's not ideal. Just you make friends. I mean, odds are that few of you'll be dead by morning. Yeah, no, that's a joke. I mean, nothing, no threat there. In case you're curious. I mean, I know that you're chiming in saying things about egg. I'm not stupid. Just a bad shot.
Is she telling the truth?
You could roll me an insight.
Sure.
Hey, now she's telling the truth about the bad shot. That's for sure.
14.
Yeah, she seems to be telling the truth as best she can. Nice. Cool.
Who have we not interrogated?
The brother upstairs.
No, he came downstairs.
Oh, that's this one here. Klaus.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so as you guys are eating...
Oh, sorry, I meant the Minotaur brother.
The Minotaur brother?
Didn't the Minotaur have a co-owner?
You did have a co-owner who, you met having an argument with the brothers.
That wasn't a Minotaur.
Treb. He wasn't a Minotaur, though.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. Yeah, no, you haven't spoken to him. But can I get y'all to roll perception checks?
Yes.
Oh.
Ooh. 17.
18.
13.
Ooh. I like
22.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah, so he rolled really poorly. You notice that, as coming down the stairs, that Treb person is collecting, is carrying a whole bunch of bedding and things and comes into this back room. But Weck, you rolled the 22, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, you noticed that you think you saw a blood stain on the bedding that he had. Yeah, keep that in mind just as he slips into that back room.
Was Klaus's bedding bloodstained?
No. There was. It was soiled, but and there was what. I don't think. Yeah, no. I think most of it had clotted from the blood. So no, there wasn't any particular blood. There was, it was definitely soiled, but not from blood.
Okay.
Not to the extent that which you saw that.
I would like to group huddle and point that out quietly as a group away from everyone else if possible.
Yeah, cool. So just all you guys and Madry are there at the table.
I would also like to step away from Madry as well.
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. I guess it's private business. I'll just take my remains, and then she picks up her plate and then picks up the remaining scraps from what's it called? the other people's plates and puts it on hers. I'll just go hit this over here. And she moves to the other table herself. At this point, Cord has come over and is, chatting with his brothers, and chatting's a strong word. And so you guys all huddle up around your table to have a conversation.
Well, I don't think from the chat I had with Madria, she hasn't been here long enough for the attacks that our guard captain friend was mentioning. Like, the time frame doesn't line up for when the disappearances increased and when she arrived, did they?
No, but what if she didn't always have that weapon?
Well, I mean...
Madrick, come here for a second. Come here.
Well, Egg's co-owner, who we haven't met yet, has just wandered out with bloodstained sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like something we should investigate.
Who's the sneakiest?
Oh.
I've got a +5.
Yeah, I'm going to say that Eclipse is the sneakiest.
Tim, what's yours?
I got +6. It's not particularly sneaky, but it's sneakier.
Yeah.
As you're huddling, the Treb does come out and goes over, puts his hand on the shoulder of Egg and starts singing along to the jaunty tune.
So what do you want me to do?
Well, he went into the back room, didn't he? Like, that one that's still... we go in there and have a look if we can, and
should we check upstairs as well and see if there's a source for the blood?
Yes. Well,
split the party.
That's logical.
We could do one first and the other afterwards.
Oh,
yes.
Why don't? I'm kind of digging the music, and I pull from around my shell a set of a pan flute and go, could always accompany.
Nice. Make a trio. What's they call it? What are the three ones called? Not quartets, the tri-ket?
Trio is fine.
Trio, okay. I think, yeah.
Yeah, trio.
All right, cool.
What am I doing?
I think if you go sneak into the room that just came out of.
Back room there.
Someone else investigates upstairs. And some people are here to say that, we keep ourselves not visibly or disappearing.
Right. Who's Treb?
Yes.
Is the co-owner.
Of
that one.
Of this place.
Of this place.
The lodge.
This place.
The shouty guy.
Oh, yes. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So you want me to go, I'm saying this like slightly too loud. So you want me to go and have a look over there. What am I looking for?
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Anything suspicious.
And then we report it quietly to each other.
I'm going to go join the performance and try to help distract from the people sneaking around.
Okay.
Yes, Radu will do the same.
Okay, so we've got three of you all coming in. So it becomes a quintet, yeah?
Yep.
Swear to God, that's more sus than just not doing that, guys.
Just doing a jig.
Please tell me it's like Piano Man.
It's Wonderwall. He only knows how to play.
Oh,
no! Today was gonna be the day.
Please stop.
Like that in The Wedding Singer, where the backup singer just does the same song over and over. Yeah.
Do you really want to hurt me?
Yes, we do. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, I think it would sound lovely on pan flute.
All right, so what's our plan here? Naeran's going to go to where? Upstairs, or is he going to go into the
I think Naeran's going
downstairs in the room.
Eclipse is going upstairs.
Uh-huh.
And
all right.
Everyone else is
enjoying the music.
dancing a jaunty tune. Yes, to a jaunty tune.
I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to cast nothing.
Ooh, fancy.
As we wander away, I'm going to cast guidance on Naeran.
I like it. All right.
Oh.
You can roll with advantage because of the major distraction of Wonderwall. It's a great song. Everyone loves it.
What does guidance do? I get to add a D4.
Add a D4 to an ability check.
Yeah, cool. All right. Do you want me to sneak? To stealth?
Yep.
Oh, nice. 25.
Easy. Yep.
I'm on the ceiling.
Yeah, just scuttling. Makes sense. All right.
22.
Yeah.
Oh, at advantage. Whoops.
Yeah.
Just do it again just to see. 24.
Yeah, easy. So you guys make it into your appropriate areas as simply as possible. Naeran, you find a small little area. There is a collection of washing tools and things in there. So it is like the laundry area of the hotel. But yeah, you do find these bed sheets that seem to have a decent amount of blood on them. Yeah, more than you could expect from maybe the fall that he took before. It wouldn't make sense, or there is a decent amount. Roll me a medicine check.
Oh God. 11.
11. Yeah, no, it's just a lot of blood. That's probably the best. That there's a decent wound that's been involved here. Not Ishmael. Why did I put you up there? It's Eclipse. You're upstairs. What do you? Which room do you want to go in?
Do I have any idea which room might be theirs?
Yeah. You could tell like this. The room here has double doors where the rest of them don't. That could be, something.
All right, I'm going to try for that room.
All right, you go over to the double doors and they are locked.
I would like. Oh shit! Didn't think this through. Can I look through the keyhole?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
We're gonna sleep here, guys. All right. I look through. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, baby. -1. All right, 21.
21. Yeah, perfectly. So inside you can make out there is a bed in there, and it is lacking bed sheets. And that's really all you see from your little keyhole. You can see from the revealed area. You can make out a bed. It's reasonably nice. There are no bed sheets. The cushions are on the floor. But the 21, you would notice that the mattress itself is stained. On one side, there is a decent amount of blood there.
All right, so it sort of seems like there's more to investigate inside.
I'm just telling you what you see.
Fuck. All right, then I'm going to Misty Step inside.
Ooh, fancy. Yeah, cool. So you come in, and there is a lovely, quaint little area. You got an indoor fireplace, couple of chairs, writing desk, and yeah, that's what you see.
All right, can I investigate the blood and see where that came? Yeah, just investigate the blood.
Yeah, you can roll me investigation or medicine.
Investigation, please. Guidance, talking doll, be with me. Ooh. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, I'd say in your times of ritual sacrificing, you know a stab wound when you see it. And like this is definitely a hefty stab wound that is, been bleeding out. The fact that someone's not dead after this is amazing.
How big is, like, there'd be an impact and then there'd be a spread, right? Yep. So how big's the impact?
As in how far, like, that. Not particular. I mean, it's spread into a small area, but it's, definitely goes into the mattress and is seeped. So it doesn't look like someone's, what's the question you're trying to ask?
I'm trying to figure out, like, was it a minotaur horn-sized hole? Or was it just a stab wound?
From the blood, you couldn't tell.
Yeah, okay.
There's no way to know.
I'll just investigate the rest of the room and see if I find anything.
Yeah. You can check through. You find a logbook of all the people who have, stayed. And roll me an investigation, I guess.
Oh, my good luck. And that's a 4.
Yeah, there's nothing that seems out of the ordinary there. But yeah, it all seems, apart from the blood you found, it all seems pretty stock standard.
Okay, weird question.
Mm-hmm.
But bear with me.
Yep.
Can I lick it to find out?
You want to lick the desk?
The blood's on the desk?
No. Just giving you something to lick.
No, I want to, like, I gather that that's how I like to investigate. Can I figure out whose wound it is through licking it? That's what I'm after.
You can roll me a medicine check with disadvantage.
Oh, are you telling me she never tasted blood before? Come on.
I'm saying you're not a connoisseur enough to know the difference between minotaur or human. Hell, it's probably mixed in with a whole bunch of other traces of fluids.
Oh, okay. So I have an ability where I can...
of blood tasting. It's my background feature.
You make an ability check that uses a skill, knowledge from a past life. When you make an ability check that uses a skill, you can roll a d6 immediately after. And
all right, I will allow it if you can tell me what past life would have a better knowledge of the difference between human blood and minotaur blood.
Look,
you justify that life history knowledge, and I'll let you use that ability.
Oh, okay.
Gracias.
Previously a hematologist.
Actually, her past life, she used to be a cleric. So,
who drank a lot of blood?
No. Who did, like, blood transfusions. And through doing that, blood's gotten on her hands, and she's, like, just curious.
And you're a warlock for the undead. I mean, it could be a vampire that you.
Is it blood or is it tomato sauce? Who knows after you taste it?
I always ate sausage rolls while doing blood transfusions. It was a common problem. All right, I'll give it to you.
Yes. Oh, 18.
You believe it's human blood.
All right.
That was with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Amazing. You believe that is human blood, yes.
Okay, that was epic. Okay, that was epic.
Oh, kitty. All right. Can I check the door? Is it unlocked?
It's still locked. You can't unlock it.
From the other side?
From your side, yeah.
Is the window unlocked?
There's a window. You can climb out the window, yeah?
Yeah. I'm gonna climb out the window and sort of just
a flavor scuttle. All right. Yeah. Really using that flavor scuttle really well, but it's getting late in the night, so I don't care now.
Excellent stealth work there.
All right.
Sorry,
meanwhile, Naeran is going to come out of the room holding the bloody sheets and go, guys, look what I found. Bloody sheets.
It's as you turn back, Treb calls it. Hey, what are you doing with that? Those are class's sheets. I was changing them for him. And then he storms over to you and demands you hand them over.
Naeran just freezes. He genuinely didn't anticipate this extremely obvious thing happening.
Did you hand them over to him?
Yeah.
Whose sheets? Whose sheets are they? Who's bleeding out?
Never mind. It's private business of certain clientele.
Was it the weirdo that talked to me?
What? No. Class is the guy who you guys cured. But Treb seems to be changing the topic pretty quickly. So he grabs them off and then just kind of throws them back through the door and closes it. It is none of your business, and I quite frankly would ask you to leave.
Turn around and I go, did my best, guys.
All right, you and your whole party, please get out. I don't want you here. And Egg chimes in and is like, yeah, okay, I'm going to have to ask you all to leave, please. I know that was a rousing chorus of Wonderwall. Oasis would be proud, but I need you all to leave.
Well, if we're going to do it in the true Oasis fashion, surely we've got to, we're having the big row now. That's the whole Oasis tradition.
Yeah.
They have the row now.
Yeah,
I thought the Oasis tradition was for the song to last approximately 7.5 minutes longer than it needed to.
We've done that. It's been going for long enough for someone to sneak up into a room upstairs and go through my books. That's an average time that we measure things in here. So, as such, please leave. I don't want to have to get physical with you. This Egg saying that to you.
Whoa.
Quick question for the DM. Have I had what could be considered a short rest?
I'll allow it. You guys can have your short rest. Add that on. I don't give a crap.
Thank God, because Jesus.
When did we have it?
Right before you did your Misty Step.
Damn.
I would have said during the eating period. What do you want to do? The Egg's requesting you leave and trying to shove you out. Trev is glaring down at Naeran. Adeus and Cutlery are quiet as the brothers are just not caring, giving a fuck because fuck the Trev. What do you want to do? He's ushering you out. He's like, all right, come on, time to go. Thank you.
I'm curious about the that when we walked in, would we have noticed roughly where he winced when he was shoved to the ground?
You rolled pretty well, actually. Yeah, so you grabbed his side. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to lift up his shirt and see what the wound is.
You want to try and grapple him?
Yeah.
Just run over and all right, give me a pose strength roll.
No, that's not going to work. That's a nat one.
Ooh.
Yeah, no. He with expert precision kind of, as you charge towards him, grabs you and just throws you straight over and boom, slams you onto your back. He's like, get out, turtle, and then Mario kicks you. Yeah, so you get pushed back somewhat. All right, everyone out. I'm sick of this. And he demands that you all leave. And Egg's assisting him.
Yeah, I'll leave.
Cool. And
very well.
Wait, where's the other one? Where's she gone? Where's your creepy girl?
She wanders off. You get used to it.
Tell her she's not allowed in here. All right, everyone out. Get out. Go and get. Shoo. And they try and shoo you out.
When I walk out, I'm like, your signature dish tastes like piss.
That's what makes it good. And you guys are shut out and they lock the door. That's the end of the adventure. Good work, guys.
So are they outside now just as I'm like hopping out of the window?
Yeah, you see them being kicked out. Probably heard the screams. And then you hear this, and you guys get back to drinking. And then, today was gonna be the day.
Guys, I found very important news.
What did you find?
It's definitely human blood.
What's human blood?
And it was on the sheets.
And on the bed.
Yep.
Did we doubt that it was human blood?
Yes.
I don't know about that, but I found him on the sheets, guys. Did it.
So, the question is what hurt him? And if he's being secretive about it, then that makes the Minotaur extra suspicious. Do you think the woods turn him into something? Well, I'd say scary, but not much scares me. Scary for other people.
I'm also leaning towards the Minotaur as the cause.
Well, there's definitely something shady about him.
But whether it's willing or not is the question.
Well, he hurt my friend, so he can fuck off.
Oh, naughty word. All right.
What's our plan of action?
Burn the house down. I think it's the only logical answer.
Or we stake.
I like the way you think, Eclipse.
We drag the piano out here, we start playing Kumbaya, and we burn it.
I mean, the alternative is wander through the woods using ourselves as bait.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if we have just made big asses of ourselves, and if, he may want to, if he's in control of it, do us in.
Nice. So you want to set up camp in the woods somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's an idea.
Go to the woods.
Let's drag him out.
What time of day would it be now?
3, 4 o'clock, something in there. You guys have been punsing for a while.
Well, why don't we try and rest up and see what happens and make absolutely no effort to hide ourselves, but also probably not be too far from the lodge.
Nice. So you walk 10 meters down the road and set up camp?
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
That does sound like us.
Yeah.
Just bring out the guitar and the pan flute. You start singing one more louder. Today was gonna be the day we're gonna have more fun than you.
Just have a competition who can sing it the loudest.
So you guys set up camp, less than 100 meters away. Beautiful. Who's going to be playing watch? Are you going to try and stay up all night? What's your deal here?
I think
watches sound like probably a good idea.
Watches, but also if we can try and get long rests, I'm not against it.
Ooh, nice.
I can watch.
I think we should have 2 watches at a time, I think.
Nice.
I can also watch.
All right.
Oh, yes, you don't sleep.
No.
Is that no, you don't sleep, or no, you do sleep?
I don't sleep. Forever awake, forever dead, forever.
Awesome. So as you're, setting up camp and watching, you're all set where you want. That's the area of, light that you've got. Everywhere outside that is, less than cool for those who don't have dark vision. So yeah, who's taking first watch, or are you just one person's watching all night because she doesn't need to sleep? Is that the plan?
Well, do we have Eclipse on the whole night with rotating others to help?
Yes.
That sounds wise.
That's wise.
Let me just read my... You don't need to sleep. Magic can't put you to sleep. So, yeah, I have to spend 4 hours in an inactive, motionless state in which I retain consciousness.
Nice. All right, beautiful. So you guys are resting. All right, who's on first watch?
I'll take first watch.
Okay, you go.
All right.
I'll be in the middle of the night because I have dark vision.
Nice. Yeah, so it's a reasonably full moon this evening. I know, right?
Sorry.
And
don't give the DM ideas.
Weck and Eclipse to give me a perception roll.
16.
And
8.
It's good. It's good. 16, you say, huh?
Correct.
What, you think you can beat my 8?
You believe you see something moving towards you in the woods to the north.
Okay. I will point in that direction to Eclipse and see if she can make it out.
Which way's the lodge?
To the north.
All right. Maybe the huntress person's come here.
Nice. Yeah, what do you want to do?
I'll let them approach.
Nice.
I'm gonna ready an Eldritch Blast.
Nice. As you are readying, stepping into the light out of the shadows, you see a grizzled, hideous, fairy-looking creature. Looks like that.
Oh. Yeah.
That's not a minotaur.
No, pretty cool looking.
Is that a wereball?
It might be a wereball. Oh my god. I need you to roll for initiative. You guys can act in the surprise round. Actually, you get a reaction straight away there. What's it called? Eclipse?
Eclipse. Can my so my Eldritch Blast goes off and it's just like, you know, the Lord of the Rings screams that those Death Knights do, like that.
Nazgul.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and that's what wakes everyone up.
Nice. Yeah, so you scream that and fire an attack at it. You want to do your roll?
Does a 14 hit?
14 hits exactly.
Oh, thank Christ then. Oh, I got a 10.
10 damage?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, doesn't like that. Hits at full force. Weck, you want to do something?
I will. I will cast Moonbeam.
Ooh, cute.
Oh, fuck. You gotta. All right. Well, we don't need to do this encounter anymore.
So right on the center of where the wereball is.
Where the wereball is, yep.
And that is a 5-foot cube. No, 5-foot cylinder that's 40 foot tall.
Yep. Just this beam shoots down from the sky. Nice. It's engulfed in ghostly flames. Takes 2d10 radiant damage, so you want to roll that.
Yep.
Is that a con save?
It's only... that's 11.
11, you say. 11 damage, and it makes a con save at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Does it have that shape changer thing?
Natural 1. It sure does. Moonbeam. A shape changer makes its saving throw with disadvantage. If it fails, it also reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until it leaves the spell's light. Yeah, so...
Nice.
Who is it?
As you're beaming down with all the glorious light that is, it screams in pain as you see him turn back into the human form that you know as Treb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Spoilers.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, and then kind of, wakes up, and just kind of screams as he transforms back to his normal form.
Did you mean to attack us?
And then, so he pauses for a minute, looks around. What am I doing here? What have you done? Is this because I kicked you out?
Okay, this is going to be a tough one. So I think you have been cursed.
Preposterous. I won't hear any of it. What's the meaning of this? And he goes to step out of the moonbeam. What do I do? If he steps out, he could revert back, I think. Shape changer makes it save through. It fails, it also reverts back to the original form. It can't assume a different form until it leaves the spell's light. So he goes to step out. You want to stop him, or you happy to let him do it?
Am I awake?
The screaming attack of Eclipse made everyone kind of wake up at that point. So you're just seeing this as you like, that's preposterous. What's the meaning of this? And you see him trying to step out, and that's when you guys wake up.
I'll let him walk out because a lot of shape changes require an action for it. So,
assuming it's willingly.
Assuming it's willing. That's what I'm. That's what I'm trying to test.
As he steps out, you see he starts getting more grizzled, and the hair starts growing back on him, and he starts changing back. But it is not instant, so he is going to use his action to transform back, but unwillingly, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
I could web him in the moonlight.
That sounds like a old country song.
Web me in the moonlight.
Well, we're done with Oasis now. Time for something else.
Something different.
And he transforms back.
Okay.
Do we just kill him then?
Yeah, let's.
Nice. Everyone roll an ish. Let's just do it.
I think some of us did.
I did 17.
I didn't even see it.
I got a 1.
17.
19.
1. Eclipse has a 19.
10 for me.
10.
Mm-hmm.
And an 8 for me.
Winter Wolf and 1 werebear, please. Beam. We're boar, not werebear.
Werebaby.
Werebaby.
Man, bear, pig.
Yeah, half man, half bear, half pig. All right, cool. Naeran, it's your turn. What you want to do?
What? I rolled an 8 for initiative.
Oh, good. I didn't adjust your initiative. Perfect.
Okay.
It's not your turn.
I didn't think it was.
Erin?
Who's that? Oh shit! Sorry. Oh, okay. I am going to enact my form of dread, which is me turning over, spider crawling, exorcist down the stairs style. And he needs to, if you hit, all right. And then, so that's a bonus action to do so. And then I get 10 HP, and then I'm going to cast Witch Bolt, which is just like lightning coming straight from hell. I hope it hits.
Cute.
That is a 14 to hit.
14 hits exactly.
Yes.
As previously established.
Alrighty. 2d12. 6 points of lightning damage.
Nice.
And can he please make me a wisdom saving throw?
You can. For a 9. I'm assuming that fails.
That fails. He is frightened of me.
Ah.
Who wouldn't be?
Rude, but fair. And then
Is he also frightened of Eclipse?
And then I'm going to step up next to Naeran so he can't get any closer.
Oh, I like it. Oh, he couldn't get. That's good. All right, cool. I love it. Radu.
I'm going to try and grapple him, I think.
Ooh, fancy.
First, I'm going to just do an unarmed strike to smack him around a bit.
Cute.
That's a 22.
That'll hit.
That's 4 points of damage. Spend a key point.
What is your dex score?
Mine?
Yeah, just 4 points seems so low. For, yeah.
Yeah, well, pretty low.
+1.
So, flurry of blows. Okay. Another hit.
Mm-hmm.
2 points of damage.
Cool. Does he have to make a grapple thing, or is that something else?
Miss, and then, yes, now I'm going to try to grapple him. DC 14 dex.
Ooh. God. He fails. 11.
Grapple him.
He's been grappled by Radu. Nice. Should we step on the front? Is that the plan?
Can I? Is he in the moonlight?
No. Moonlight is.
Can I try and
behind.
drag him that way?
Not in this turn. Not with everything you've done.
Next turn. Okay.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
I'm assuming your moonbeam's still there.
Yep. I'm keeping that up.
I love it. Ishmael.
I am going to magic missile him.
Cool. Roll some dice.
So that is 3 or 7 points of damage from that.
Nice. He takes like a champ. Cool. Any bonus? You good?
No bonus actions. I might move back a little bit further.
Nice. Naeran.
Do I want to do so? Where is the moonbeam?
Directly behind him.
Okay, directly above from him, basically. Right. I mean,
ooh. There you go.
Yeah. All right. Look, I'm just going to shoot.
I'm gonna shoot, baby.
I'm going to shoot at him. Yes, I'm going to shoot with an arcane shot of grasping arrow.
Ooh, such grasp.
See if I have a good grasp of the situation. That is a natural 20.
Oh, that'll do it. Roll some damage.
Excellent.
That is such terrible damage. It's 8 damage.
Awesome. He'll take flips.
But then there's also 2d6. Do I double those as well?
Yeah. All dice get doubled, I think, do they? Pretty sure that's the case.
So 4d6?
Yeah.
Okay.
As these grasping things come out and wrap all over him.
Okay. Oh my god, that's so terrible. Oh, so many ones. Okay, so that's another 9 damage.
God.
Oh dear.
Atrocious. Does he have to roll something for the grapple?
No, it's not a grapple. It reduces his speed by 10 feet, and then he gets hurt if he tries to move.
Okay.
Well, I've already got him grappled, so.
Yeah. All right. Cool. No bonus.
I should probably have gone with advantage, but the natural 20 was pretty good anyway, right? So.
Yeah, it's all good.
I will action surge.
Oh, I like it.
Excellent.
There it is, action surge, and I'll go again. Is it at advantage or he's grappled?
I'm not going to say. I'll say yeah. Fuck it, do it. Okay. Speed this up.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
That is a 24 to hit.
Yep.
I haven't used any sharpshooters. God, that was stupid of me.
Yeah, that crit would have been nice with it.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm bad at this game. Oh, sorry, I just rolled. Ignore that last D20. So yeah, that's another 9 damage.
Nice.
That is more than the crit damage.
Amazing. Cool.
I'm gonna back up just to the southwest of the campfire.
Awesome. All right. That is Weber's turn. He's going to. I think he's just going to try and tusk you. Give you a couple little tusks with disadvantage because you've got him grappled. So once. Holy crap!
He's afraid.
So that's a 20 to hit.
What?
To me?
Yeah.
With disadvantage?
With disadvantage. You rolled 23 and you rolled a natural 18 and a natural 15.
Fuck.
Yeah. And a con save, please.
No.
The con save won't be required. Not for this particular incident. Just take 11 damage, and then he'll do his second attack.
Wait on. And he takes 5 damage because of his stone endurance.
Nice, and then he attacks you again for 13 damage.
And stone's endurance I can use twice. Oh, he ignored all that damage.
I love it. Perfect. Weck, you're up.
Okay, well, for starters, I'm going to use my action to move that moonbeam back straight onto him.
cute. Awesome. You can do that, yeah?
I can. As an action, I can move it up to 60 feet.
I love it. All right, cool. So you move the moonbeam directly on top of, the grappled web, and it's like, "Gah!" and he takes some damage. Roll your damage, and is it a DC what?
14.
Actually, he just transforms back, doesn't he? Is that right?
It's got to make a con save.
15 and 4. He failed that. And he reverts back to his human form. So he comes, twisting back to, and then, much pain, oozing back to his human form again.
Yeah, and that is 12 damage.
Oh, doesn't like that. He's looking very, very weak in his human form now. That 12 points really knocked him around. What happened? Why are you holding me? Get off! And he's freaking out now. As what's it called? Radu has his arms wrapped around him.
You are cursed, sir. You are cursed.
What are you talking about? This is insanity. What kind of spell? What kind of witch has this done to me? And he starts, pointing over at Eclipse. You did this to me, you freak!
That's actually not in my sort of wheelhouse. Like undead, sure. Like cantrips, nah.
Shut up! Just shut up! What's wrong with you?
A lot of things.
It is about that time that you see Egg come running up from the back. What's happening? Please don't hurt him, please, and stop. And he comes over and
I would like to say I still have my bonus action.
You sure do, yeah. Sorry, feel free to do that.
The constellations on the back of Wax Shell glow and form the form of the archer.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That's a bonus action?
That's a bonus action.
Love it. He comes up and he's like, no, please don't hurt him. And he wraps his arms around Threb. Please, he doesn't know what he's doing. Don't hurt him, please. And Eclipse, it's your turn officially.
What are we doing, gang?
I would just knock him out and spare the dying, if we can.
Yeah. Well, does spare the dying work with knocking out doesn't tend to work with spells, right?
I mean, it'll hurt him. All you have to do is get him to -1. That's equivalent.
Okay,
I'll give him con saves if you like.
Yeah. I will Witch Bolt again because I'm still holding concentration. That's 10 points of lightning damage.
Yeah, he gets electrocuted and goes straight down. I'm sure Egg will take some of that. He's currently unconscious.
Rope. Tie him up first.
And then Egg's there fighting you off. He's like, no, oh, please don't, please.
Is there? I don't think there's any cure for lycanthropy. He's just going to keep killing people.
Has anyone got remove curse?
Negative. But
no.
There's priests in town, correct? Naeran was heading that way with Illy, so if there's priests, they can probably cure him.
Eg's like, oh, it won't work. I've tried. I've had priests come in here and try and cure him. He doesn't believe it. But I've asked him to give him healers and things. He won't listen to reason. It doesn't work. Even if they cure it, it comes back. It just keeps coming back.
How does it come back if it's cured?
I don't know. And he starts weeping, while holding the body.
Get your shit together, man. Tears aren't helping.
Cursed item, maybe? In the house?
Oh, fair point. I like that. Can I have it?
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Egg thinks for a second. Maybe. That's a thing? That does things? And,
I mean,
yes.
Could.
And but what about this? And he starts, going through the jacket pockets of Threb and pulls out a singular stone. This could be it. this might be what's doing it. And yeah, he's holding up a stone.
$10. That's from the elf.
Can I look at the stone?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check on it.
Guidance. Add a D4.
Ooh.
Here's my talking doll, feeling spoiled. Blah,
That's
blah,
another
blah.
natural 20. Holy crap!
Nice.
It's a 23, and let's add that D4 because fuck it, right? But
Yeah.
Oh,
7 total.
yeah, baby, give us all the secrets.
You recognize straight away that this is a stone of good luck, granting the wearer, more than average luck on a lot of things. So it is quite literally his lucky charm. That's what you would know about it from a 20 of that particular item.
Yeah, I don't think this is a cursed thing.
Oh,
These are good. These things.
there's no reason it won't have a secondary property, right? Like, so when did he come into? I'll have moved the moonbeam away to
not kill him.
Stop not
I'm
killing.
assuming that Eclipse will spare the dying on him at some
Oh,
point.
yeah. When it came back to my turn, I would spare the dying.
Yeah, we'll pull this out. It's some time ago that we had an individual come through who refused to pay, and so we basically frisked him and took it from him. And we've just held on to it since. So Threb's been really... He's never wanted to let go of the thing.
So... And when did he start changing?
At least a year ago.
Around the time the stone came?
He thinks for a second, like, yes, quite possibly. I think that's true. It's hard to keep track. I mean, but he never has any memory of becoming such a creature. I've kind of cleaned up the mess always afterwards. I find where he's left the body and put it in a place where someone else can find it again.
Does anyone here want to attune to the stone and see what happens?
I think we get rid of... Well, can we get rid of it from his point of view without destroying it and find if that's the source?
Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever your heart's desire.
So, shall we bury it?
Yeah.
He'll just dig it up again. He's a bore.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want to do?
Yeah, Tim.
Sorry. These are the good things. These things are good.
No, it could be a good luck with a curse.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of is not good, though. You know?
Maybe we should check the motel. There could be something there.
You mean the Bates
Probably.
Motel just around the corner?
Is there anything else that appeared around the same time the stone did?
Not to my knowledge, but I mean, I'm sure we try not to keep secrets from
How
each other.
long has the elf been here?
About 9 months, I'd say, something like that.
So less than a year. Has anyone been hovering around for about a year?
Oh, well, goodness no. The elf has been our longest patron here at the Lone Calf. That's what I call the Lost Calf Lodge. Oh, I mean, if that thing's what's doing it, I mean, can we destroy it? Is it breakable? Please. And then he kind of
Is the stone making me feel anything?
You could roll an Arcana check.
Wow. Another one? Okay.
Yeah, to see whether you're noticing any
Guidance.
Oh, and guidance, okay.
Feel haunted.
Total of 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think focusing on it and knowing that it may be cursed, you kind of get a feeling like you don't want to let go of it. Like it's
My precious.
It's the precious.
very much.
It's the precious.
Give it to me. It's my birthday.
Okay. Naeran?
Do you tell anyone?
No, I just sort of put it in my pocket.
Naeran,
Yes.
can I have a look at the stone?
What stone?
The one you just put in your pocket.
No.
What's it got in its pocket says?
Filthy turtles.
As you're having this conversation, Egg picks up Treb and starts trying to, sneak away quietly.
I web him. He's now webbed to his brother to the ground.
Yeah, they're all entwined together sexually.
And over the stone.
Yeah, maybe we should destroy it.
Yeah, I'm Naeran. You remember?
What's my movement speed?
I cast Longstrider. Bye.
How?
I run my full movement speed to
Naeran,
the west.
Remember what you owe me.
I web him too.
Roll the hit. Is it a hit roll or is it a
web? I don't think I have to roll to hit. I think there's a dex
on an
save.
area? Yeah, roll a dex save. There you go.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a 20-foot cube.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
There's a 13.
What's your DC? 14, I think.
14.
There you go.
Yay!
Oh, he's stuck in a cube of web.
No.
Best part, it's flammable.
Eclipse?
Okay.
Eldritch Blast, perhaps?
I would like to frisk Naeran and get the stone out.
Cool.
Pixie sorcerer.
Is web a concentration spell?
Yeah.
Perfect. Egg starts walking away again. As you frisk Naeran to thing, he grabs Egg and starts running off in the direction away, like out to the east. Has
Naeran reverted form? Not Naeran.
Treb.
Treb.
No, but he's also unconscious.
Yeah.
All right. Let's deal with the stone.
Yep.
Just destroy it.
I will put it on the ground and fire an arrow at it.
Nice. The arrow doesn't work, but after much hitting with different things, you'll eventually destroy
it's a magic.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'd say that after enough beating of it, you'll hurt it enough.
Okay.
It's going to take you guys a little while to do it.
Aaron's crying. He's just weeping.
My precious.
Pull yourself together, man. Come on. Don't make me the logical one.
There's a great episode of Adventure Time where someone stole someone else's sandwich and then he puts himself in a time bubble. He's like, I'm going to enjoy this, and then freezes. And so anyone who gets near it goes real slow-mo whenever they enter the bubble. And so it's just the sandwich is right there out of his reach and he can't get it the whole time. It's ridiculous. Just imagine that type of thing here with, you just watching the rock slowly be destroyed really poorly. But as you destroy the stone, a little sparkle of light, glitters as the rock, turns to dust. And you guys believe you've potentially destroyed the curse as Egg and Treb disappear into the distance out to the east. And on that note, I think we'll end the session,
Yes.
potentially killing a curse and, freeing up things. But, in the idea of keeping some mystery to what's going on.
It's a sobbing half-elf on the ground.
Covered in stickiness.
At least you get to stay in the lodge tonight. That's something.
Yeah, we own the lodge now, bitches. Let's go.
But on that note, I'm going to say goodbye to all our fine viewers. Pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
We ran late today, so
We
yes.
did, and I
Yes.
apologize for that. But I didn't want to wrap it up too quickly.
It's the player's fault.
I blame all of them.
It's always the player's vote. All right.
Thank you to our new guests this week. I appreciate it, Tim.
Thank
Evan.
you, Tim. Thank you, Evan. You were
And
great.
The
Lovely playing with you
regulars.
guys.
It's always a pleasure.
Of course. Of course. We love you, Lachie. All right.
Naturally.
Thank you.
All right.
That's
See everyone.
See you, internet. Bye.
been great. Cheers.